Well, it's an absorbing match because Arsenal have now come back into things in the last 5 minutes or so. But here come Liverpool with McDermott. Oh, I say, that's a terrific goal. Pat Jennings could do nothing about it, and McDermott scores. Not much support up front, only Sunderland, and he was beaten by Hansen, who comes all the way and finds Dalglish, who's onside. And that is absolutely outstanding finishing by the footballer of the year, Kenny Dalglish. What a goal! But Arsenal, let it be said, are going to have to produce something quite out of the ordinary now. They're going to get this match back out of Liverpool's grasp, because Liverpool are doing everything right. Johnson. Dalglish. Oh, it's come to McDermott. It's 3. This is absolutely magnificent stuff from Liverpool. You could say it started with an error by Liam Brady, the way the move built up. But Liverpool punished it in the only way they know how. But here's Sunderland looking for a late consolation for us. Stapleton. Now perhaps Sunderland can get one, and he does. And a great roar of relief from the Arsenal end of the stadium, because at least that goal has made the journey worthwhile.
Addison, that's Willie Pettigrew, and that must be a goal. Sturrock. Now, Sturrock, can he get moving? Brought it down well. Good run by Sturrock. Can he touch it back? He does. Oh, that was going. Kirkwood was in. Addison. Billy Kirkwood, the substitute. Graham Payne to take it. Calling it for the near post. Oh, that must be it. Yes, Kirkwood. No, Derek Stark. Stark it was.
And Gary Bailey looking very calm, as he usually does, asking for the paper to be removed before he faces the kick. Players poised on the 18-yard line. Here's Peach, and that's 1-0. 26 minutes sees the first goal at the Dell. And coming for it and didn't make it, and McQueen did for 1-1.
Wants to push it forward, and it's a goal. John McDonald. Now Miller. No offside. Russell. That's it. Lennox. Now Danny McGrain up in support. Trying to cull it in there. That's a beautiful ball. It's a great goal. Snedden sneaking up on the right. Mother McLeod putting that in. That's a goal, the equaliser.
Inch whistle. Arnott. Bolton has gone outside. Russian. 4 players the other way. Here's Kevin Arnott. Oh, lovely goal! A lovely goal! We've had to wait for it, but it was a beauty. A real swerver off the outside of his boot. Guthrie was coming in, but it didn't need him. It's down here by Gale. Rostron, Robson, Rostron, and a penalty. Challenge by Strong on Rostron as they tried for the 1-2. And it's Prop Robson with the chance of giving Sunderland the 2 points, which he takes for his second goal of the week.
And Ross, meantime, looks for King, who finds some space, and that's beautifully done by Andy King. To just thought he scored before, out of nothing really, and Everton take the lead.
Here's Huddle, there's Ardiles, there's Huddle! Oh, smashing! Oh, that's a brilliant goal! My heaven, they really got their talent together then. That's a magnificent goal. Here's Hurt. Hearts, yes! Fine header down. Collins. Forward for Nelson. Who comfortably puts it in.
And Steen on the run and onside. Now he's got Moss on this side, completely unmarked, approaching the penalty area. Here he comes. Can he do it this time? Oh, I say he can. That was a fine finish by David Moss, and it finishes the match at 3-1. Thompson to Irwin. Oh, fine ball. Alan Kennedy. Johnson! David Johnson scores for Liverpool. The build-up was so simple, it was devastating. Neil's offside now by a mile to get back. Dalglish is onside. Shielding it from Roberts. Ray Kennedy, but Dermot is far post calling. He's still there. Cut out by McDonald. Case. Oh, deflection off Powell. Case's shot, Powell's deflection. Seeley beaten. 2-0 Liverpool. Souness. Again, Alan Kennedy. Dalglish. Deflected. And Dalglish will claim the goal for Liverpool, but that also got a deflection. That's 2 deflected goals past Seeley now. Souness. Liverpool still want that 4th goal. Here comes Case again. Injury time now. Dalglish. Johnson's in there. Johnson's still in there. Persistence pays. And Les Seeley says, well, what do you do?
Oh, lovely header by McCarry. Appeal for handball. The referee looks at his linesman and play continues. Koppel coming across to the near post. Jordan on the bar. Here's Lou McCarry. And he got through. And Jordan. And finally Koppel. And Thomas makes it 2. Here's Grimes. 3 players left of him for United, now 4. Oh, and he's got it! Well, he'll celebrate that for some time. Batson. Again, good running by Alistair Brown. Can he make it pay this time? Yes, he can. 1 ball, cut the defence to ribbons.
And also 2nd in the table.
Yeah, John Truitt, he came down from the northeast with me as young lads. And yeah, he'd went into the under-21s and he bought Gary Owen and Peter Barnes. So it was quite a young team as well, with Derek Statham as well. So, you know, it had the makings of a very good team, that.
Yeah. Robson. And yes! The flick was from Summerfield. Good flick. And it's in!
Well, Bobby, can you evaluate that one? A terrific header.
Siddle beating Martin and Bonds, back by Stewart. Tangle of players, cross! David Cross, the scorer. Ashurst's mistake, but didn't matter. Well, this one might. Devonshire. Pearson!
Stuart Pearson's first goal for West Ham following his signing from Manchester United was his 100th in league football.
Something very deliberate and measured about the way Palace build their moves up. There goes Hinchelwood. Nicely done. Hilaire with a chance. Oh, didn't he take it well?
Keep the ball moving.
Francis. Oh, he missed it completely, and it's gone in the net.
We played good football. I mean, I remember some games.
It was his clearance. Taken on by O'Neill. Good break by Forrest. Birtles on the far side. Can he find him? Phil Neal got out. Birtles! Gary Birtles. And what a remarkable coincidence.
Taylor's got a nice angle for a diagonal one. 3 in the box. Finds Graydon. Nice start from Ray Graydon. And Conroy coming. Hodgson. And Hodgson, handball on the line, a penalty. Without any question, it was handball by McPhail. And the yellow card, of course, will be shown anyway because of the handball for ungentlemanly conduct. Goal number 1 in spite of a fine effort by Conroy. Matthews. Tibbets. Runs a bit for Vaughan. Butlin square. Tripped by Briggs. Jeff Vaughan, the player brought down by Briggs, is to take it. And scores comfortably. Sabella. Positive challenge by Ray Graydon. De Goey. And it's going in!
Anche del Feyenoord fuori casa sull'Everton. Aveva vinto anche all'andata per 1-0 la formazione olandese del Feyenoord e con lo stesso punteggio, con un gol ottenuto da Budding al 29esimo del secondo tempo, vince il doppio confronto e supera il turno entrando nei 16esimi di finale di Coppa UEFA. Ecco un gol molto da lontano ma con notevoli incertezze del portiere. Budding per il Feyenoord, 1-0 per gli olandesi che superano il turno.
Il risultato probabilmente non è mai stato in dubbio, ma è piuttosto interessante poter osservare una squadra albanese in maglia rossa, il Partizani, campione di Albania, il Partizani di Tirana, che addirittura sul campo del Celtic va in vantaggio con questo svarione veramente clamoroso di Snedden, il difensore Snedden, che fa autogol, il più classico degli autogol. Poi si scatena l'attacco della formazione del Celtic e il punteggio diventa rapidamente di 1-1 ad opera di McDonald con il gol che abbiamo visto e diventerà poi un 4-1 finale che qualifica agevolmente il Celtic, che era stato battuto peraltro per 1-0 all'andata dal Partizani di Tirana, evidentemente squadra abbastanza efficace. Ecco un bel traversone, un bel colpo di testa questa volta di Aitken e il punteggio è 2-1. C'è stata una pressione ovviamente continua della formazione di casa che porta a 3-1 il suo punteggio con questa rete di Davidson su azione susseguente a calcio d'angolo. La difesa del Partizan non è apparsa molto registrata o comunque piuttosto ingenua, è sembrata ovviamente anche la mancanza di contatti internazionali gioca in queste circostanze. Il quarto gol è opera ancora di Aitken e vedete 3 gol di testa su 4.
Here's Hartford. United, back to Hartford, it's going to come to King. Oh, that's a tremendous shot. Andy King always seems to produce a goal for the cameras, and he's done so again.
Spaldo Ardides. Both the Argentine players in the Spurs line-up this afternoon. Here's an Irishman, Armstrong. Here's Villa. Oh, worth a try. Oh! And Harry was worth a try. Really snapshot from Vicky Villa. Walsh. Murphy. Flanagan promising. Here's Walsh. Staines to him. And it's in. Well, some substitutions work and some don't. And that's a plus for Terry Venables and Alan Harris. And Danes looking dejected as they celebrate on the bench.
In goes Stevens. Lee's lost out to Hill and Hatton's to his right. West trying to make it in the centre, so is Moss, so is Hill. It's going to come to Moss. Oh, what a try! And what a goal by David Moss! Oh, a picture goal! Sheer effrontery, really, but what a gem! But the picking up from the throw wasn't very good by Sunderland. It let Ricky Hill in. Hatton span off him. Grealish. Moss. 2-0. And Moss scores again.
That's to McDonald. Simply to say, that's a great shot, a great goal. Charlie Brown. 5 minutes gone, Morton take the lead. Clean as a whistle too. Clifford again. And the tantalising one. Sarah. Derek Johnston. 39.5 minutes gone. And the man who so badly wanted a goal for Rangers eventually gets it. And it goes to Johnson, and here. Derek Johnson second. 6 minutes of the second half gone. Out to Brown. Can he get his shot in? And still Morton pressing forward. Rangers not picking it up in midfield. There's McDonald. Cooper. Nilor. It's a great goal. Oh yes. Oh, getting the equalizer. 10 minutes left.
Sulla base dei risultati di ieri abbiamo già subito intanto le immagini del primo gol inglese realizzato da Trevor Francis. È stata un po' la beneficiata dei giocatori del Nottingham, Trevor Francis e Woodcock, che hanno realizzato una doppietta per uno in questa vittoria esterna. Ecco proprio il gol del 2-0 realizzato da Woodcock, questa netta vittoria esterna dell'Inghilterra che consente agli inglesi in pratica di considerarsi qualificati per la fase finale. Inizio di ripresa con una certa tendenza dell'Irlanda a portarsi in avanti. Avete visto il fallo di Mills su McIlroy che induce l'arbitro a concedere il rigore che Moreland trasforma per il 2-1. È soltanto una ventata, nel frattempo McIlroy ha preso anche una traversa, sembrava quasi che l'Irlanda fosse in fase di completa ripresa e invece rapidamente prima Francis poi Woodcock stroncano ancora le speranze dei loro avversari. Vediamo l'azione che porta alla terza rete, è Coppell sulla destra che mette verso il centro il pallone e poi la palla va a Woodcock, gran tiro, deviazione d'astuzia di Francis appostato davanti alla porta e gol del 3-1. Il 4-1 è opera di Woodcock che è molto bravo a sfruttare il suggerimento di Francis dopo che proprio Francis ha rubato un pallone agli avversari a metà campo. Ecco Francis mette la palla al centro, guardate con quanta abilità Woodcock spiazza il portiere Jennings e lo batte per la quarta volta. Il quinto gol, in una difesa irlandese ormai piuttosto scombussolata, è opera di Nicol, anzi è meglio, è un autogol che vediamo come si determina. Neil smarcato in aria, tira, Nicol nella fretta di salvare mette nella propria rete il gol del 5-1.
McElroy. Macari ran into Tyson then. McElroy's cross. Grimes!
So McNeil recovers and Morton have the free kick. Now look at this position. There you are, right behind Andy Ritchie. McNeil. That's it! Thompson has scored! Morton have taken the lead after 32 minutes.
Woodcock. Robertson. There's Lloyd. And it must be in. Yes! Tony Woodcock. Now McGovern. Mills for Forest. McGovern making the break, and what a perfect ball that was. And there's Birkles, and no mistake from Gary Birkles.
Brendan. Broadway telling him to give it to the goalkeeper. He declines to accept the advice. And oh dear, what a disaster. And Goddard in the end. That really was total disaster. Give yellow shirts back. And it's going to come to Shanks. And it's deflected in by Brennan. Now into pastures clear with Brennan on the left side. Roeder timing his interception superbly and leading a promising counter. Walsh to his right, two others to his left. Goes to Walsh, Allen is now unmarked. And Goddard gets it in. Player on each post, one in the middle, who is not particularly well marked at the moment, Steve Wicks. Walsh is also in the 6-yard box. And Bowles finds Wicks, and Goddard couldn't get on the end. Oh, beautifully taken by David McCreary. Typical of the little fellow. Wallace, Allen to who's left or he can go alone. Here is Allen. That's 5, so simple. In this case, Clive Allen takes the penalties here. And if he puts it in, it will equal Rangers' 6 against West Ham of a couple of seasons ago in the League Cup. Well, the goalkeeper moved and was in no position to make a stop. Derek Scott. Bowles immediately to Walsh, draws Thompson, 2 against 1 in the middle. Walsh taking a long time to take advantage of that fact. Here is the man over. And, oh dear, it's Roeder who scores in the end. Roeder who got it in the end.
So 20 minutes of brisk football here, no score. Southampton having slightly the better of things, as you might expect from the home side. Charlie George, what a glorious ball that was to Hebbard. Good cross to Boyer. Chandler. Oh, it's a fine ball to Entwistle, and Geno has come, and Entwistle has scored for Leeds. And he finds Curtis. Good run by Alan Curtis. Look at that, he sent them all ways. What a good try, that's an absolutely brilliant goal. That is absolutely outstanding from Curtis. And Leeds are in front. He turned them inside out by himself, and against the run of play, it's all smiles in the Leeds camp.
Better known as a midfield player playing fullback for City these days. Oh, and that was a difficult one. Now Dalglish would only keep it a beat. Oh, he can't clear it, Butcher. There's got to be a goal. Yes. Johnson gets his 8th goal of the season.
Neil. Off by Kate. And puts it there again. Ray Kennedy. Dalglish. It's there. Well.
Free kick then to be taken by Phil Neal. Ray Kennedy's head. Gets it. And Dalglish. There it is. Well, that was just easy. Neal joining the attack. Johnson setting it up for Kennedy. And it's a goal. So really, they seem to have so much time, the Liverpool players up front.
Alexic. Mary Lloyd underneath this one, but beaten in the air by Jones. Armstrong's coming in there. Oh, a tremendous goal by Huddle. 1-0 to Tottenham with a little under 3 minutes gone. A tremendous goal there by Huddle. And Shilton really had no chance whatsoever.
Reeves. Goebel. Downs making overlap down the left, but it's not needed. Padden to Reeves, and there's some nice play coming in here from Norwich in these early stages, and that's a lovely chip, and it's there! Steve Goebel. Steve, but it's a corner. And Foster's put it in, and there's no flag. The defenders of the Norwich City side looking at each other. But Steve Foster scoring his first goal for Brighton since his move from Portsmouth. What a marvellous moment for the lad who came here in the close season. O'Sullivan, nice little left foot touch from him. And O'Sullivan able to pick that one up nicely. Well, Stevens showed some nice close control then, and he's done very well to lose Downs, and he gets the cross in. Oh yes, what a lovely move! What a beautiful goal that was for Brighton. Jerry Ryan puts Brighton in front, and Norwich don't know what's hit them. Padden for Norwich, with Goebel on the left, back to Padden. Peters on a long run through up front. This is Reeves. Downs thought of the shot and in the end elects to put it back to Goebel. Interesting cross, and Fashanu was only just away from that one, and the shot from Bond charged down. Downs, Fashanu again, mistiming his leap, and Padden scored. Well, this is really a remarkable game. Norwich have hit back in the best possible way, and Graham Padden levels it off at 2-2. Kevin Reeves. Goebel. Oh, that's dangerous. It's in there. It's in there from Alan Taylor. And again, we've seen that lack of cohesive cover at the back has given Norwich a chance. And Norwich look set now for their second away victory of the season, unless Brighton can pull something out of the bag at the last minute. Taylor for Norwich. With Bond close. Padden will just get onto that one. Greg Downs on the overlap. Downs! And that's number 4. Well, Kevin Reeves gets on the score sheet. And Brighton now lose a 4th goal to a Norwich side who, let's be fair, have kept attacking right from the start.
And Hughes rolls that off to Parkin. Hughes. Daniel helps it on, comes down to Gray. There's the goal. There's the goal for Andy Gray. The one thing that Aston Villa must have feared. Andy Gray would score against his old club. Thomas chasing back at him. Berry just got there in time. Mortimer on to Shaw, the drive. And that was a fine goal! What a beautiful equaliser! Gary Shaw! Oh, he's entitled to be very, very pleased about that.
A few words passed by the 3 Morton players, but I wouldn't be at all surprised if Richie has a go himself this time. This is the run they made against Celtic. Well, that's a beautiful goal. Holmes following up. 19 minutes of the first half gone, 1-0 for Morton. Penalty kick, Colin McAdam. The opportunity, 8 minutes to half-time. Clean as a whistle, 1 each. Tommy going after this. Here's Tommy with a chance. Trying to brush his way through. Richie, he's done it. 2-1. 5 minutes to half-time. Elor. McLaughlin trying to find Richie, trying to beat it down, and he does. McNeil going in. Still McNeil. Oh, it's a good run by McNeil. Oh, yes. Now, all the pressure was on Morton, and Andy Ritchie signalled for the high ball. He didn't get it firstly, but a bit inaccurate, but Ritchie running on the blind side. Curls it in beautifully. Oh, what a save! Snell! Thompson! For Morton.
Corbin again. In comes McDonald. Goal!
Roddy McDonald's second goal of the season.
Towards Hutchison. Hutchison trying to find Scott. Scott coming through. Winks to Ritchie. Referee let it go. Ritchie drives the ball in and scores! Unbelievable! What a goal by Ritchie. 7 minutes to play. Andy Ritchie is delighted, and look at him giving a real leap of joy there. Barton lead 3.
Width by the side, and Kennedy ghosting into an empty space. Mistake by Hughes, gave it to Dalglish, and it's the opening goal. Dalglish celebrates, but a tragic start for Emlyn Hughes. Neil. Johnson, first time to McDermott, Dalglish, and that's two. Neil, Johnson, McDermott, Dalglish, go. It was as simple as that. Case tracing if he can put it in the middle. Dalglish is unmarked. So is Johnson. And Ray puts it in. That was ridiculous.
Terry Venables very happy indeed with the way that Palace have been playing, even though they haven't been picking up quite the number of points they picked up at the start of the season. They've won 5 games now without a win.
But that's a goal by Walsh. Well, I wonder whether Corrigan will blame himself for that.
Cannon and Hinshelwood are up. And it's Murphy swinging it in there.
And headed off the line, Cannon's header. And Swindlehurst has put it in. Well, they thought they got over their immediate crisis, City. Gary Locke lining up to take this free kick. And my word, that's in from Gary Johnson. And that was just oh so simple. Whitworth, that ball rather overstruck. Give it the 1-2, here's Arnott. Gilbert. That ball nearly fell right for Rob Hindmarsh. Might still fall okay for Barry Dunn. Dunn, can he turn it in? That's an easy chance there for Kevin Arnott. Kevin Arnott the scorer, but Barry Dunn, no mistake, the man who made it. Rowell now. Gilbert's in the middle, a chance for Gilbert, and he's taken it. Tim Gilbert gets number 2.
Buckley looking down the line for Roger Davies. Got a good nick on that for Duncan, but the ball coming back now for Albion. As Ali Brown goes. And on for Tony Brown. And another touch. And a goal for Robson. 1-0. Tony Brown denied the final pleasure, but a lot of the credit for that goes down to him. Now Powell, Rioch, Langan, and this looks like a better attack from Derby. Langan's got to try it himself now. Oh, yes! Well, I'm not at all sure that Gordon Hill didn't get the last touch on that, and might just have been offside too, but the flag stayed down, and the goal counts, and it's 1-1. Duncan. Mills to Buckley. Rioch. Duncan across, Emery to hit it. Good goal! Fine goal! Steve Emery, his very first goal since he joined the club from Hereford. Maybe the most important goal he'll score for a long, long time.
Mark's flick. In off Smith. Here's Riley, and it ran kindly for him.
it! Leicester certainly added skill and flair to Barnsley in midfield, and perhaps a finishing touch too. Certainly not offside. Glavin waiting for the pullback, and he doesn't need it. It's gone in off ground.
Ipswich in crisi nel campionato inglese, è penultimo attualmente, e in crisi anche in Coppa UEFA. Pareggia 1-1 col Grasshoppers sul suo terreno e non riesce a qualificarsi. Non gli basta il gol del vantaggio realizzato al 43esimo del primo tempo dal difensore Betti, con il bel diagonale che abbiamo visto. Dopo il pareggio per 0-0 all'andata, il Grasshoppers di Claudio Sulzer, che realizzerà proprio il gol decisivo, pareggiando 1-1 sul campo inglese, e a determinare così l'eliminazione della formazione inglese a vantaggio del Grasshoppers, delle Cavallette di Zurigo, che sono una delle realtà del calcio svizzero che a livello di club, come abbiamo visto prima, il Servette è andato vicino a qualificarsi, anche il Grasshoppers è una delle formazioni più valide. A livello di club il calcio svizzero si esprime sufficientemente bene. Il Sulzer è bravo, ma forse anche fortunato nella conclusione, bella l'intuizione del diagonale, ma il portiere si fa sorprendere veramente in maniera piuttosto ingenua.
That's a nice early ball. Dana, almost there. Henry! Tony Henry! And City take the lead. And a piece of skill in the penalty area by Dana sets the chance up. There he is, the Polish international, and no wonder they congratulate him as well. Perhaps the difference, they've had more possession. Daly running into his man and still getting up. Oh, good ball, Bennett. Robinson to his left, number 9. Good try! Oh, that's a goal to grace any derby match. Mick Robinson.
Johnson again, really a crowd pleaser. But look at the line-up in front of him, the cover. But he skinned them, and it came off Stringer, and here's Linex scores!
Well into injury time at the end of the first half. Paul Price with the free kick for Luton. Saxby's in there, and Saxby has scored! Right on the stroke of half-time, a breakthrough that Luton had threatened to make in the last 5 minutes with some really good, strong attacks, and yet this one came from a dead ball. Bowles played in towards Curry. Comes to him too. Bowles again. Allen doing well to chest that down. Rhoda really cracking one in there. Allen again. And a beautiful goal by Clive Allen. 1-1.
Can they make anything of this? Ball finding Nick Holmes. Holmes and Watson. Oh yes, what a lovely goal, what a super move. Baker, oh my goodness, that came off Burns. And Forrester just in tatters. Yes, and Shannon's made it. Mickey Shannon delighted with his goal. And Forrester just gone to pieces in the space of a couple of minutes. They nearly conceded an own goal. Woodcock timing his leap well to get that past Dave Watson. And Birtle's doing equally well to get that header across to Woodcock. Well, Peter Wells made a brave effort to stop it. Gary Birtle's the scorer. That was a good example of how Forrest can break so dangerously. Kenny Burns slipping at the totally the wrong moment. And Alan Ball has only got Larry Lloyd, and this is Boyer. And what a lovely way to reply. Look, Kenny Burns will live to regret that moment when he lost his footing. Stevie Williams showing tenacity and skill in a situation like that. Williams again. Oh, Boyer showing a nice touch. What a lovely trap and turn that was to Graham Baker. This is a great bit of play from Southampton. That's Shannon. Oh! Well, Southampton are really going to town this afternoon.
Kid still trying to worm a way through there. He set Bailey free. And Bailey's cross looks good, but Ashcroft met it well. Burns. Burns with Johnston on his left, but he delayed releasing the pass, but Johnston has steamed in and won it. Wood has come out and he's beaten and it's a goal. Well taken by Johnston. Everton made their own problems there. Bell takes the corner. Header across by Hodgson and Johnston's got another one. Simple move, well worked.
Hibbett with the corner. Bohm deep at the back of the box. With... well, that one's going to fall for Hibbett, will it? Yes, he wins that tackle well. Martin still.
They had become the first side to win a league game at Nottingham Forest for almost 3 years.
Ryan, and he scores!
Bailey. Beaten by Ricks. Barnsley. Brady. Nelson, good ball.
Taken.
Campbell. And now Colin Powell. Tideman making a break forward. And a cross coming in there. Tideman scoring for Charlton. Well, his first goal of the season. And it breaks a deadlock. There's Britain with the corner for them. Berry's header getting that away, but not very far. Walker will try and turn it back in a game, which he does. And Philly has equalised. Five minutes into the second half, and Chelsea get a fine equalising goal. Lanky goalkeeper now, has he got the stretch to stop this? He hasn't. It's 2-1. And in the opening 9 minutes of the second half, Chelsea, who looked in terrible disarray in the first half, Britain with the kick, same spot, same result, 3-1. Well, even though Nicky Johns guessed right that Britain would try and put it in exactly the same spot as the one 5 minutes earlier. Forward for Reeves. Watson in there hard. Boyer looking very sharp indeed. But Andruszewski gets it to Holmes. We've got Shannon in the left wing position. Andruszewski going down the middle. It's not a bad ball either. Andruszewski can get one in. Oh, it's a good effort. A beautiful goal. Well, the man who came from nowhere, he's a defender or a defensive midfield player. Reeves, a nice touch to Kevin Bond. Peters has gone right up front. Reeves again. Peters here once more, but that ball wasn't expected, and Fashanu might get hold of this one. Fashanu's in there. He's done it. And Southampton have given it away. The boxers in there with the uppercut, the telling punch. They're back in business. Fashanu and Watson. Oh, he loses him nicely. Fashanu's cross. Padden. Oh, it was a good save by Wells. Maguire is there. In the middle. Peters. Paddens are back again. Reeves. No room now. Fashanu. Fashanu again. Peters. Maguire's got it. Maguire's goal.
And here's Randall waiting now as Johnson takes the corner. Scott helps it on and it's in. And that's skidded off. Scott hit Rimmer. Well, Scott is now going to claim that one. That's Crooks. Cowans. Nice control. Ball through to Little. Oh, beautiful ball off the Mortimer. Got to drive it. Oh, what a beaut. What a goal. Oh, that will do. 1-1. That's brought the Villa spectators to their feet as a man. I think there was a case where the referee could quite legitimately have allowed the goal to stand. But it's a penalty. Alan Evans against Roger Jones. 2-1. And the whole end rise to Alan Evans. And the first man to him, I think that's rather nice, is Ken Swain. The chap whose goal was knocked off. There he is.
Robinson has gone to the far post. Dana dummied it. Parr coming in behind when Robinson missed his kick. And a free header for Henry falls at the feet of Jones. Now it's Bennett. And that's a goal! Daly's first goal for Manchester City, driven in from the edge of the box.
Bird can find him with the cross. Going on to the danger area. Connor! Yes! Well, that is what fairy tales are made of.
Would be heading that forward, and it's picked up by McMaster. McMaster through to Harper. Harper's left foot out in front. It's going to be a goal. Yes, it's over. It's a goal.
Normally Sammy wouldn't cross the ball with his right foot, but he put the most delightful cross into the box, and it tempted the goalkeeper to come for it. And I remember I got in front of the goalkeeper with a glancing header, and that was the only goal, and that was a historic goal as well. It was the first goal between the two Irelands.
France is occupying the near post. Reeves a little bit further over. There's Watson on the corner of the picture. And here's Huddle. Teasing chip. And it's found, it's goal. Wilkins. Francis, and here's Huddle. But he said to me before the match, it could be I'll get one. He remembered the goal that we showed him midweek.
Ipswich beat the offside trap. Brazil timing his run superbly. The ball well delivered by Gates, and earlier by Burley. Here's Gates again. Mariner's got options to his right. Burley again. Brazil. It's Gates. Lovely strike after 12 minutes, and Ipswich deserved their lead. What a good build-up. Brazil, Burley. This is good build-up again. Ipswich are playing some crisp football. Brazil's in there once more. It's John Walk. John Walk this time. But Brazil was in there again. He confused the defence. And Ipswich have scored 2 in a minute. Mills playing himself into a little bit of trouble there, but Beattie seems to be sorting everything out at the back. This is Murin now. Mills was ready again, the sign of a good pro. Quick to atone for his own mistake. Brazil. Fine run. Brilliant run by Brazil. And Brazil makes it 3. Glorious goal. Ball. Shannon. Williams.
Kidd, and that's onside. Andy King, clear run on goal here. Got two men up with him, and Laxman has got one. Newton to Hoddle. Yorith up to Jones. Our dealers out to Armstrong. Jones calling for the cross, and here it comes. Well, they watched the cross come, but nobody moved with Jones.
And now here is the free kick. Britain straight through and in the net. 1-0 Chelsea. Here Britain. Oh, what a terrible wall that was. McCulloch, chased by Chivers. And now Mayer, back to McCulloch. Now where's the cross? Not a good one, too. And Hooks is going to score. 1-1. Hooks. Just over 17 minutes gone. And Paul Hooks makes it 1-1. And Locke, very cool and wise, turns under pressure. Britain away. Frost will lose that, but Harris is there to bang a long one, and Walker's beaten the offside trap again. And he's in for a goal. Yes! Oh, once again, Notts County only themselves to blame for that. Clive Walker, who complained when he'd beaten the trap before. Well, it was just about here, too. In fact, that Ian Britton struck the free kick that put Chelsea in front. Way back in the first half. Now, Masson can hit a very good dead ball. And it was chipped in beautifully! Oh, what a surprise! Ray O'Brien! Oh, he's a happy man. And the Notts County fans are on their feet. And it's 2-2. Walker getting ready to run. Frost allowed to go on his own. Frost again. Off to Britain. Oh, that's a good ball, Walker. That's 3-2. And Walker has broken it. Oh, yes, that was good stuff. Frost here.
Kirbishley is on the edge of the goal area. Gallagher getting up. And here's Birchin. Got it. Keith Birchin. 5 minutes only. Birmingham 1 up. And now Birchin left with a bit of room. On the left foot too. And he's got it. Birchin within 30 seconds replies. Closing minutes now. Birmingham pushing players up, but they're not working quite so hard to get players into the other penalty area. There's 3 there now, though, as Kirbishley pumps it back in. Birchin trying to set up line exit, doesn't work. Steen, oh, another good one, straight to Willie Johnson. Stevens can't get it off him, and Johnston's in a dangerous position here. And forward for Birchin. He's got it. Keith Birchin, a hat-trick.
The old campaigner was back again. Pop Robson, a star of the 76 promotion side, returned to Roker and, of course, brought with him his usual bag of goals.
Certainly let in Kevin Arnott. The goal is miles out. Robson. Oh, that's beautifully done by Pop Robson.
And a new attacking star made the journey up the A19 from Teesside for £300,000.
And players moving to his right now, including Hansen up from the back, number 6. This is McDermott, that's very nice. Oh, and what a delightful goal by a man having a quite delightful season, Terry McDermott. Inside to Souness, and Hansen moving up again. He's been menacing in that role so far. Here's Phil Neal up from the back as well, and Hansen goes for the return, and he's through, and he checked, and he scored. Alan Hansen's first goal of the season, and what a beauty. Phil Thompson, the Liverpool captain. That was McDermott up there with Armstrong. That's been quite a tussle. There they are again. Phil Neal. Bounce favoured him slightly. And McDermott demands the ball again. Johnson running well up front. Oh, and that's a superb ball to find him by McDermott, and Johnson could be in here. And he is! Number 3, scored by David Johnson, who hurt his arm, I think, in the process, but what a... Well, Liverpool so keen to retain their championship and still moving so well. Johnson on the right, having recovered from that injury. Beats one man, goes past two, that's pulled back for Dalglish. Blocked by Ashcroft. Ray Kennedy with the right foot. Oh, and he's buried it in the corner. Ray Kennedy, the scorer. His 5th goal in the last 8 games.
Perryman. Villa. Jones. Ricky Villa again. That's a good ball played for Hoddle. And a beautiful goal by Hoddle. And now here's Koppel. Carved out so few clear openings this afternoon, Manchester United, but they're still in this 1 goal down. And here's McElroy with a chance maybe. And a goal by Macari. Macari. Grimes sticking out the long leg, just finding Joe Jordan, who was fractionally onside. Thomas trying to come in there, and Koppel with an open goal. 2-1 to Manchester United with 4 minutes left.
Alan Bailey competing well there, and it's going to come to Gibbons. Free is Jamie Murray on the left-hand side, strong on his left foot, but is he been blocked out already? To Tommy O'Neill, in for George Riley, and it's going to come for Spriggs. It's in! It hit Hazel and went in! The goalkeeper left completely beaten, Spriggs left with much too much room. Room for Clive Allen. No one picked him up there. Can he get a return from Bowles? Hill has gone forward. Bowles with a bit of room here. Bowles a chip. Oh, it's a good goal. Didn't hit it absolutely perfectly, but it was good enough to beat goalkeeper Webster. Spriggs forward for Jamie Murray to get into that hole. He's almost got there. I didn't think that was possible. Coming through from what appeared to be his own goal line. A fantastic sprint.
Floodlights on now. Game less than 20 minutes old, and Andy Gray now free. 1-0. Hughes, Daly forward, Roger Palmer going for it, and he slipped it in. Gray, and Gray's turn poses problems for Booth. Tackle back, half won the ball, but it's Carr to Thomas, and 2 in the middle. And a great save, but Hibbert has got it on the second attempt. Parkin. Thomas, first time cross, header by Caton, it's come to Daniel, and he scored! 3-1 to Wolves. Ranson. A minute plus added on time to go. Cross aimed towards Bennett. Dana now. Well, what a soft goal it turned out to be. I wonder if he really intended it like that.
Robson, not too much marking in the middle of the park. Regis, Robson, good ball. Tony Brown. And there's Ali Brown. And it's got to go in. Well, Regis has got to claim that. A lot of the good work coming from the build-up. 1-0 it is, no doubt about that. Ross caught in possession, so Peter Barnes comes to attack Goodman again. Took it to a little too far. Latchford then. King calling for it in the middle, and he's got it. And he could be in for something here. Oh yes, he is. He is in for a goal. Oh. Andy King, how about that? 1-1. Just 15 minutes gone.
Garwood it is with the corner. Yes, and Brisley's got it. Terry Brisley's got it. Hemmerman with the flick on. Hemmerman again to Garwood. And Hemmerman suddenly away. He's got a chance here. And a good stop. But it's there from Garwood. Colin Garwood gets his 17th goal of the season. The 9th Portsmouth corner of the match. And Halifax so far without a goal and without a corner. And really very little to show this afternoon for the long journey from the north. And it's there. And the crowd obviously wanting more. That's a dangerous ball, and I think it's going to be in there. It is. From Francis.
Eddie Gray. Trying to work the 1-2. Now Hurd, it's opened up for Kevin Hurd. A goal for Leeds.
Turns well there. Rafferty. Chance for the shot perhaps. With Peter With makes it 1-0 for Newcastle.
Big Joe Carson bumping it upfield. Miles rises to it, but Smith takes it. Oh, and he lives it dangerous. Give it to Albert Kid, who tries a shot. There's the goal! And Berwick realizing the need to pressurize, stepping up the game. Oh, and that's a goal! And that's a beautiful, well-taken goal for Berwick, who've equalised the scoring there.
And Ray Kennedy swats that one. Dalglish. McDermott going to the left, leaving space for Johnson. McDermott still with a lot of room. Dalglish coming to him. McDermott gone for the return, and Mendham hasn't got there. And Johnson might have this yet. He's got it. Johnson put his foot to it, and it's shot into the back of the net. They were caught napping on that left-hand side. Ray Kennedy, Johnson, Dalglish here, checking where the nearest player was. Johnson wide on that left-hand side. It's a lovely ball. Hoadley with him. Johnson shot, and it's straight in. Straight across the face of the goalkeeper. Well, he didn't give the goalkeeper any time to take up a position there, and it whistled straight past him inside the far post. Another good ball forward from Downs, cut out easily by Phil Neal, and pushed forward himself in support here as Powell comes over. Neal inside well to Dalglish. Now they're open. Johnson is pulled back here, and Dalglish has got it straight in. Beaten again. Does well to get away there. And Maguire. Mendham again. Bit of red hair aggression in there from the 19-year-old as Bond pumps one in. Flicked in, and here's Reeves. And they pull one back. And Kevin Reeves gives the Norwich City supporters something to shout.
Here's Arthur Graham, always seems to perform very handily away from home. Out to Hurd on the far side. Still Hurd. All the way back, and there's Connor. And the young lad has scored again. The 17-year-old has put it in for his second goal since coming into the side. Oh, he did well there, Thomas. Grimes. Paul Hart away, but only back to Ashley Grimes again. Concerted pressure by Manchester United. Nicol. Jordan is up there. Can Thomas turn it in? He can, and he has. Nicky Thomas, the scorer. But Joe Jordan's threat in the air made it possible.
On by McNeil to Edwards. Oh, beautiful taken. Well, he's broken his duck in his 5th game. That will do him a power of good. He's had a few problems with injuries and also was called away to the Welsh squad since signing from Chester. Fox. Darricott. Here's Vinter. And just reached by Woods. And blocked and finally in by Vinter after a tremendous struggle. I think they thought that he was offside, and it certainly looked as though he was suddenly in space, but the linesman was absolutely level. Curry. Bowles. Can be a bit of magic from Bowles and Curry if this one is to be pulled out of the park. The side to have beaten Rangers here was Leicester City, comprehensively at 4-1. Curry. Here's Goddard, and that's one back. McCreary. Certainly changed up a gear in this half, David McCreary. That's well taken by Hazel. Oh, and he follows through, and Goddard puts it in! Real determination by Hazel won that one.
And now Hilaire. That's a good run. That's a good pass to Walsh. A chance for him here. He delayed for a moment, and it's gone in! Oh, the mistake was Shilton's.
Williams tries the shot. Oh, and that's in. Steve Williams has given Southampton the lead. Well, quite what happened to that one in the air, I don't know.
And Mariner's coming behind Booth here. Mariner recovering quickly. And couldn't get it to Tyson. But now Muren. Walk's gone in the middle. This is Mills. 4 for Gates, a lovely ball. And Mills, he's got an opening. Manchester City standing still and penalised with some beautiful play. Set up well by Mick Mills. Changed again, this time by Walk to Muren. Tyson. Walk is there. Players free on the right. Beautifully played, under pressure by Walk to Burley. Forward to Mariner. This is looking good for Ipswich. Gates is in a good position here. Oh, it's in! It's a cracking goal. The build-up was superb. Corrigan beaten again. Mariner up nicely. Here's Gates again against Booth. Oh, a brilliant shot. A beauty from Gates. He really doesn't know what's hitting. Eric Gates with a real cracker. So Mick Mills very unlucky not to have 2 goals there, and Gates is in with another one. And this time that does count. A much simpler goal, still wide open down the middle. Eric Gates. 3 for him and 4 for Ipswich.
Kirkwood is still down, but that's a good ball to Pettigrew. Still a chance. He scored! Beautifully cultured player, Bannon. Holt. Sturrock on the left again. Fleming is inside. That's Pettigrew done it! Now Sturrock on the break. Willie Pettigrew's inside and he's on the clear. Willie, oh, an own goal. 3-0.
Aston Villa on the attack with Shaw, and here's Geddes with a great chance and takes it. To make Spurs play on the break, which is what Aston Villa are trying to do, and here's Little to make it 2. Foul by Danes, penalty. He went the other way and he scored. So, Cowan scores and Aston Villa lead by 2-0. This is Smith. Pratt. Villiers again, laid up almost casually to Glenn Hoddle. That's nicely done. Colin Lee. Ardila surely! Yes!
Now Brady. Sunderland, Stapleton in the middle. Ricks. A lot of curls. Stapleton! Beautifully clipped up by Ricks. And met full on the forehead by Stapleton.
With a quarter of an hour gone, no score. John Sparrow on the ball now for Chelsea. Good bit of pace there by him. And the cross for Walker. Hit first time. And Bumstead has scored. So Chelsea into the lead with a quarter of an hour gone. Maybe a chance for a quick Chelsea break now. Bumstead on his way. And that's a good ball in for Langley. And Langley is going to make it 2. The ball fell for him, and in the end it was just a simple tap over the line with Leathern still way outside his penalty area, as you can see there. Little surge right at last here by Swansea. I fancy it might be a little too late. And here's Fillery on the break. Langley up ahead of him. Fillery's gone on and still onside. Across the goal there, and Johnson has made it 3. So Gary Johnson has only been on for 3 or 4 minutes as the Chelsea substitute. Certainly puts the issue beyond any doubt at all.
Peter With, forced deep, but finding Brownlee with a very intelligent pass. It's aimed towards Shoulder. Shoulder with a chance to lob. Oh, that's superbly done by Alan Shoulder. Still, well, that's nice control from Shanks to finally clear the ball for Rangers as they now mount this attack through Clive Allen. Goddard, and that one's in. Yes, it seemed to catch a deflection. Curry curled into the path of Glenn Roeder. Now Allen. It's fallen for Goddard, now for Gordon Hill, and that's a goal scored by Glenn Roeder. And he looks absolutely delighted about it. And that was a very good move indeed from... Play resumes now with Hibbett. And that's a goal from Peter With. Oh, what a beautiful goal. Terry Hibbett's free kick, he's delighted. And so too is Peter With. Well, he can catch dogs and he can score goals. With, this is Rafferty. But that's straight to Shanks, and Rafferty's had another go at it. And Connolly's in there. Connolly against Wicks. Cassidy. Oh! Oh, that's a superb goal from Tommy Cassidy. Oh, what a cracker. Hibbett. Rafferty. Connolly. This is Peter With. There's a chance here if he can get his shot in. And that's number 4. And Peter With puts the lid on it for Newcastle. A little under a minute left. Again, Connolly comes on.
Case. Johnson to McDermott. And now they're on the move. McDermott to Dalglish, Ray Kennedy outside him. Dalglish's control was marvellous there as he hooked that down. But the defenders are back, but still there might be a way through. No, Hinchelwood has cleared it. Only as far as Neil. Forward come Liverpool once more. Souness. Ah, there are 4 men in the middle. If Johnson can find one with a cross. Case with the header. Oh, what a beauty it was too. Jimmy Case. Working patiently, and you felt that sooner or later it had to happen. That was by Johnson. Clearance by Francis. Back in again by Hansen. Cannon heading it straight up in the air. Dalglish challenging. Gilbert there. Dalglish trying to smuggle his way through, and then chip it away from Burridge. What an astonishing goal by Kenny Dalglish. Mixture of cheek and genius. Cannon. Souness. Ray Kennedy. Nobody guarding him over there, and they're all now streaming into the middle. Johnson and McDermott. And McDermott gets it. Came out of nothing and put away with clinical simplicity.
Nicol. Kari, a dummy. Oh, well done. Here's Nicol again. And there's the goal from Gordon McQueen. Gordon McQueen back in the side, out for 6 games. Nicol. Jordan. A couple. Getting to the line again when he's so dangerous. There's the cross, and there's the goal. What a beauty. Lumakari. Hutchison. Ferguson trying to get there, and did! And scores! Well, what a goal!
Et le 19 décembre, au stade de Hampden Park à Glasgow, on a vécu un moment historique pour le football belge. Un quart d'heure de football de rêve, 3 buts splendides pour les Diables Blancs déchaînés. C'est à la suite d'un coup franc botté par Van der Jeu était déchaîné. Le deuxième but a été un petit chef-d'œuvre dans sa construction. Martens a été à sa base en lançant Van der Eycken. Pas moins de 6 joueurs ont participé alors à sa confection. Et ensuite, la passe de Vandenberg à Van der Elst a permis à l'Anderlechtois de doubler l'avance de son équipe. Un but merveilleux et combien... Ce n'était pas tout, puisque tout juste avant la demi-heure, une nouvelle attaque en contre, amorcée cette fois tout aussi merveilleusement par Van Moer et prolongée par Martens, a permis à Van der Elst d'inscrire un 3e but plein de sang-froid. Si l'Écosse a sauvé l'honneur par Robertson, la Belgique n'en a pas moins remporté une victoire méritée et assuré par la même occasion sa participation à la phase finale de la Coupe d'Europe des Nations.
Roger Davis to take it and scores. His first league goal since they brought him back here. Kennedy will take the free kick. And that is an own goal. And Roger Davis has scored at both ends. 17 minutes of the match. And Roger Davis, who couldn't get among the goals, has scored twice but made the score 1 apiece. McDermott scored on Match of the Day against Nottingham Forest in December of last year. That
was the last time a penalty has been scored by Liverpool, and the last time one was awarded in a league match. And he puts that away so beautifully. Finally taken in the 54th minute. Wave couldn't cut it out, and it goes to Dalglish. And here is Johnson, and that is 3. Keller looks disconsolate. He was left bereft of any cover.
Both Gary Bailey here and Peter Shilton at the other end wearing tracksuit bottoms. That's Macari getting the ball on to Jordan and stabs it in, and it's a goal. Joe Jordan. 1-0 Manchester United. 1:15 into the game. Jordan and Anderson. Jordan gets it down to Thomas. There's McElroy. The cross. Jordan couldn't get there, and Thomas tries it. And Lou Macari on the turn. Oh, good one, but Jordan's going to score his second goal. It's 2-0. Joe Jordan. But put it down there to Lou Macari. And it's Wilkins. And McQueen. Yes! Shilton absolutely beaten. All ends up by Gordon McQueen.
And now Daly scores. And Daly makes it 1-0 for Manchester City. 3 up for City, 3 defenders back for Everton. 1 by Shinton for Bennett. Daly has come up to make a 4th for City, and Bennett is dancing his way through. Awkward for Lions, and Henry has scored. The quick break caught Everton. And Everton aware that here is a chance to blast themselves back into the game. Turn for Kidd, and he's done it! Brian Kidd, against his former teammates, pulls Everton back to 2-1.
There's McLean trying to put it in, and has! 1-0 for Rangers, 37 minutes of the first half gone. Well, Gregor Stevens was up for it. Best judged that ball beautifully. Also fair play from McLeod. Brushes his way in, that's Higgins with a chance to score. A brilliant goal. McNamara. Throw to Hibbs. Neatly inside. Well, it's a great save, it's gone in! Colin Campbell has scored 2-1.
And John Robertson waiting to take the penalty. 5 minutes of the second half gone. And Robertson with a chance to beat Les Seeley, which he does comfortably enough. But after lots of pressure, Forrest coming out again. Pressure on them by Coventry, I mean. Francis. Oh, that could have run anywhere, runs to Robertson. 67 minutes gone, and really a very easy goal. Second easy goal in the match for John Robertson. Here's McGovern. Lloyd offering himself, and Anderson. We hit that well, the goalkeeper saved it with his knees, and pays for it with a goal by Stanley Bowles. Well, no need
the question, how do you do it, Stanley? That was too easy for him.
Headley, swept here for Cochrane. They're feeding Cochrane more and more. Well, they feel that without Sanson down that particular side, Palace might be a little bit weaker. Crossed in again, and a goal scored by Headley. Well, it worked with the move down the right-hand side, putting Middlesbrough into the lead. Cannon. Walsh. Cochrane got the better of him there. Here's Ramage. And now Cochrane. Proctor outside him, Hodgson in front of him. Headley. And Cochrane with a shot that's well safe. Can Hodgson get in there? He can! And it's 2-0 to Middlesbrough. And that really does mean serious trouble for Crystal Palace now. A really vital moment. 2 down, but if they can bounce back quickly now, who knows? So Jerry Francis against Jim Platt. And it's 2-1.
He's believed all along that the side are better than their league placing was showing, and now they are out of the bottom 3. Mark Lawrenson for Brighton, and Donachie close by him, but Donachie's missed out on that tackle. Here's a great chance, and it's in there already. Well, Ray Clark has scored in only the opening seconds of the match. Well, I don't think even Alan Mullery could ask for a better start than that. Absolute shambles at the back of the City defence. Looking to find Paul Power, but easily cut out by Gregory. And this time it's the turn of Mark Lawrenson on this near side. Peter Ward again just in front of him. He's through here, he's got a great chance. What a lovely goal. Well, I was saying a few moments ago about the dangers of this man Ward. And there again, City pain. They left Peter Ward almost unmarked, and this time he made no mistake. O'Sullivan. Ward. O'Sullivan again. And that's a beautifully timed ball to Ray Clark. Clark said, oh, what a gem! What a gem of a goal! You won't see a goal much better than that. Willie Donachie to Power, letting the ball do the work there. Henry again, cutting into the area. This could be promising. And that's a good goal. Well, I think in a way that was inevitable because Brighton did leave a bit of a gap at the back. Donachie again looking to cut that ball inside the defender. But it's Jerry Ryan on the break for Brighton. Could do perhaps with another goal at this stage in the half. The crowd here would dearly love to see it, and so would the Brighton players. And this is a heck of a run from Jerry Ryan. Oh my goodness! Well, I said now would be a good time to score, and I didn't think Jerry Ryan would take me at face value.
Pat Jennings just making sure that he's got a clear view, but you can see what a cluster of players there is there. So McElroy to take the corner and swing it in towards Jennings. And McQueen heads in! Nichol's throw. Header by O'Leary, back again by Nicol. Now Brady under this. Jordan, nice little touch for Wilkins. And Wilkins a good early ball. And it's Thomas who benefits. Jennings has come out and got a hand to it, but Jordan will score, and that is 2-0. All made by a beautiful bit of vision by Ray Wilkins. Matt Jennings, who saved a few facing him. He's not going to save that one. Perfect penalty. Jennings, no chance whatsoever.
Dawson. Forsyth. Celtic fallback as Rangers move forward with menace. McLean. Jordan. McLean's chip. Latchford slipped at the crucial moment, and Johnston puts it away. Derek Johnston has scored at a very crucial moment. 17 minutes from time. So Dominic Sullivan with the free kick for Celtic as Celtic push forward. Roddy McDonald, a chance, Lennox. There it is, the equaliser. Inside a minute and a half, it's Bobby Lennox, the last of the Lisbon Lions, brings delight and joy to the Celtic fans with a snapshot equaliser.
And so too is Frank Gray. It's Gray. Oh, it's in. Frank Gray against his old club in the first minute. Oh, and that's taken away by Francis. He's only got Madeley and the goalkeeper to beat. Leeds had pushed right forward, and there's Birtles linking. Birtles versus Lukic. He's wide, but it's in. 2-0 to Nottingham Forest, with the Leeds defence stretched out of sight. Stan Bowles with the corner, usually drops him short of the near post. Birtles is waiting there, Larry Lloyd's on the goal line. But that one is right in the centre of the goal now, and Lukic got to it. Booyah! 3-0. Ian Bowyer celebrates, the fans celebrate for Forest too, and surely that is that. The match surely beyond Leeds' reach now. Ball Madeley. Stevenson. Good run by Edmondson. Hampson. Connor causing trouble in the goal now, and it's in. 3-1, and it looks like an own goal to Larry Lloyd. Lloyd, I think, got the final touch. Bowles. Oh, that pass just wasn't good enough. Real chance then for Forest to have spare players. Now Francis, ricochet to Robertson. There could be something on here. He tried to lob the goalkeeper, and he did. A superb goal by Robertson. A piece of sheer skill.
Robson again, Mendham. They're threatening here, and it's turned in by Patton. They had men over then. There were 6 Yeovil defenders who all got pulled away to the far post. Dance. Met by Finnegan. Well spread out by Patton. Bond, that's a teaser. Robson, good save, and then it went in. Here's Pashanou again, and that is 3.
And it's going to be Steve Perryman with it. Hit towards Villiers, now towards Gibson, who popped up there with a header. Chris Jones there, Gibson trying to get in once more. Ardinis with a chance! So, here we go then. Oh, a further delay, the ball not properly on the spot. Bring up the temperature a little bit more. McElroy now. 1-1. Now, illuminating the penalty area. The ball down, Birchin. And Birchin stabs it into the back of the net. 1-0 Birmingham City. Just over 7.5 minutes gone.
So here goes Mick Shannon for Southampton and 1-1. No messing. Mick Shannon getting the applause of his teammates as he puts the Saints of Southampton right back in this cup tie. Linex gets there, gets a touch. Worthington, and a chance for Gallagher. And a goal for Joe Gallagher. 2-1, and the ground erupts.
Makes them a difficult side to beat. But in the last quarter of an hour here at the Shea, they've really got to be looking for a winning goal. And perhaps Henry has found it. Well, it came right on cue from Paul Hendry.
Doyle has spoken to Mr. McNally and now goes back to a position on the edge of the penalty area, and Dobson is waiting to take the penalty and succeeds. Martin Dobson, his 7th goal of the season.
Pratt. Armstrong's header, Bailey's punch. 3 minutes to go. William for Spurs. No score in the match so far. Number 7, Ardiles. It's there! The Argentinian has done it. And Manchester United, 3 times in the last 4 years in the FA Cup final, face defeat in this 3rd round with just 2 minutes left now in extra time.
Lock. Britain scampering outside him. Billery. Britain once more. Ron Harris. Ball to find in the box. A one-up ball. It's Billery! Britain on it. Here is Joy. Bumstead. Billery. Sparrow. Oh, and turned in. So Chelsea now well on their way to their 6th win on the trot. Their last defeat here was by Fulham on October the 27th. Because in 48 hours' time, they've got a cup tie against Wigan, which is, I think, one of the reasons why Cuddy Lee wasn't considered today, because he wouldn't be able to play in the cup tie. Here's Walker again. Oh, and he's in. He's got Langley there as well. But he didn't need him. And Hardwick must wish he could go back in the dressing room and start the second half all over again. Walker. And here's Langley! Well, no question that is his.
Touching it there for Rostra, and a nice little play back there by Patching, still right up there amongst the front men. Nice little play there by Booth, sending Henderson, the fullback, on his way inside for Rostron, hit first time, and a brilliant goal by Rostron for Watford. A really brilliant move that by Watford. Stewart takes his corner again for West Ham, in towards the near post there. Pike is there trying an overhead, and it's in the net with Billy Bonds. 1-1 with 4 minutes to go. The West Ham skipper with a header has saved the day. Oh, there's delight there.
Kennedy. Baker. Looking for Boyer. Boyer turns and scores! 1-0. Phil Boyer with his first strike-at goal scores his first away goal in the league. Wells, who has played so well, now faces his biggest test of the game. The cop behind him
Also behind him, the confidence of some very fine saves indeed in this game. But against him, Terry McDermott.
Bertels. Truick taking it away from Bertels. Delivering to Regis, a little flick on, and here goes Dean. Ball into Regis. He did well. He did very well. And he has scored. Yes, Cyril Regis. What a shocker then for Nottingham Forest. Cyril Regis, 1-0. Bowles, near post. Anderson pumps it in again. Bertels helps it on. And there's the goal. David Needham. Well, he would not be denied, David Needham. Neither would Forest. That constant pressure of this early stages of the second half has paid off. Dave Needham equalises at 1-1. Now Anderson. McGovern. There were several. Oh! And Mills has done it! Well, Albion absolutely dug their grave and dived straight into it. Twice in a row, the back pass to the goalkeeper. And that one, Francis punished them severely. 2-1. Forest are continually looking dangerous in this second half. There goes Francis again. Oh, nice ball into Anderson. That's the goal. Viv Anderson has got it. 3-1.
Couple. Oh, Thomas. Oh, a beautifully taken goal by Mickey Thomas. Craggs with a kick. Ramage came bearing in there. Headley. Cochrane did well then. Craggs. Oh, Armstrong's got a chance now. And Armstrong's taken it. David Armstrong gets the equaliser for Middlesbrough. 19 minutes gone.
Seen as severe enough by Mr. Glover to bring out the yellow card. In goes Robbins. Saunders hands on hips.
Get across him, young man. Keep across him.
With Brown tightly marking him from behind. There's Harford, and he scores! Robbins in pursuit, McManus hesitated, and Robbins surely pushed down, and what the referee made of that, he's given the penalty. So Kindon with what is effectively Huddersfield's third attempt from the spot. And finally they come good. Here's Carr, now Bell, going forward inventively again. Now Cunningham, and he buries the chance. And it's no more than Lincoln City deserved. Brown gets a flick, Fletcher!
Master curling it into the box. Forsyth getting away on his fast track, and oh, great goal! Brilliant goal by Gordon Straffen. McLean, 3 Rangers men in the box. Harlane trying to knock it on. John McDonald equalises for Rangers. Great header from Jackson. Rangers forcing them across the field. Hamilton trying to turn one way, then the other. Oh, the youngsters unlucky, but it's touched in at long last by Steve Archibald. 1 minute plus injury time remaining. Derek Hamilton, there it is for Aberdeen. Campbell coming through, this is Best. Drives it in right footed, it's a goal. Beautiful goal by Best, superbly taken.
26 minutes gone. Joe's best second goal since joining Hibernian. His first was on November the 24th. Proving gradually becoming more and more proficient at these dead ball situations. Really developing into an excellent player. But it goes out in front and it's a goal! Roy Aiken ties it up. 37 minutes gone in the first half. A beautifully made and a beautifully taken goal.
Alan Ball was joined by Charlie George and Dave Watson. Mike Shannon returned.
Up goes Watson, and it's there. Mike Shannon scores against his former club. Corrigan again gets the touch. Chance for ball, decides against it. Now Holmes. Now Ball. 2-0. He likes that. Robinson trying the glancing header but misses it. And now there's trouble. Power. 2-1. Well, that was a bad mistake by Golak. There's Nicol now. And there's Watson still there. It's there. He did well. He's taken a knock, but he got there. Free kick to Southampton. It's Channon. Oh, rounds his man well. Boyer. Well, in fact, Steve Moran put the final touch in. Well, what a marvellous debut to First Division football for this 18-year-old. A schoolboy international a couple of years ago. He's on the pitch about a minute, I reckon, and knocks the ball in.
McDonald will find 3 Coventry players just inside the box, 3 just outside. 8 is Wallace, 7 is English. Dyson has come up as well. And there is Dyson with the flick. Oh, the fine goal! And Paul Dyson. Mark Smith. Brian Hornsby. Fading again for McCulloch. And Alpha Curran. Supported by Hornsby. Here's Hornsby with a shot. Oh, my word, a brilliant goal! Tremendous goal there for Sheffield Wednesday. Jump by Blackhall. Carlton playing it wide again for Alder. Fraser's gone right forward as well. Phillips is in there, and here's Lee Holmes as well. And Phillips! And it's 1-1. Well, that was a beautifully made goal, no question of that. McCulloch just nicking it through there for Miller. And there's 2-1. Well, Miller's great pace. Mark Smith that time for Wednesday. Fraser. And Booker's onside, but only just. And the ball just wouldn't bounce for him. But it has for Holmes. What an extraordinary goal, and it's 2-2. Well, the ball had difficulty crossing the line. It was that sort of goal.
More direct threat now from Hampson. Here's Eddie Gray, and here's Connor. Well, he adds to this remarkable start in league football.
etching their names into the wider consciousness.
Barangoni gets the equaliser.
Not every player who happened to have a non-British passport.
O'Brien gave the ball away to Young. Lineker with Kelly now. Watch out for Smith. No, it's number 8. They're extra.
When they beat Orient in January 1980, they were top of the table and heading towards promotion.
It's there! At last, the breakthrough! Connolly, it's in! John Connolly gets the second.
Scorer.
It's gone the same way again, and Clements knew all about it, and the shot was still good enough to beat him. And John Robertson, the Forest penalty king, as Brian Clough gets off the bench, John Robertson has given Nottingham Forest a bit of aggravation down there, I think. But on the field, Robertson has given Forest a lead that they never looked like getting.
Oh, and Prosser flicked it and Steele saved it. Is that in the net? A goal may have been given, and it has. Prosser got a flick on, and when Steele caught the ball, the referee said it was behind the line. That's awkward for the Harlow defence. Rostron, oh, Poskett. Blissett, oh, and a diving header has got in by Patching. Bit awkward. Poskett at the back post, Jenkins, Patching again, oh, and that's gone in. Deflection. Now, Bolton's already had 2 shots at goal from these positions. Here he is again, and scores! Oof, Bolton away, back in by Clark, flick on by Mackenzie. The man with the bandage round his head got the final touch, John Mackenzie. Twig, here's Mackenzie with a chance, and scores!
There's McDermott.
McDermott gets the chance to test Shilton from the spot. 72 minutes gone, Terry McDermott making sure the ball is placed just as he wants it, and so now it's Shilton against McDermott. No hope, sent the wrong way, and so McDermott makes it 2-0 for Liverpool.
Ricks. Brady. Now they'll come for Ricks again. I don't think he quite thought it was going to make it to him. It's a good looking cross there, and a beautiful goal by Nelson. Sutherland. Played in for Talbot. Third time lucky for him. Yes! 2-0! And that probably puts it beyond the reach of Brighton now.
Stanley. Cross to Latchford at the near post, and McBride scores! Joe
his 7th first-team appearance, gets his 2nd Everton goal. John Brown just organising the men around him. McBride swings it over under that crossbar, and Latchford scores, and that will settle it now. Still on the far side of the penalty area and calling, but McBride plays it in low to Kidd. Well, they don't come much better than that one. John Brown can't blame himself. I doubt whether he saw it.
Here's Allardyce. Nicholson with a chance to play in an accurate cross, and Reed knocked back for Greaves. So Bolton score a goal that's greeted with a cheer that has more than a note of relief in it. Well, Ian Greaves, even with the prospect of victory, still not a smile. Carter, Walsh, Watmore, and it's just gone in.
Strachan to take it. Rugby has moved downfield. Out to the edge of the box, sent back in and stopped again. No great power behind McMaster's shot, but it was an awkward looking one. Miller forward. And Miller again. Archibald with a chance and a goal. Miller to Archibald. Archibald into the net. 31 minutes, 1-0 Aberdeen. So closing moments of the first half. Arbroath working hard at it. Stark drives it in, but it's a goal! It's a sensation! Wilson Stark ties it up at 1-1 in the last minute of the first half. An unbelievable goal.
Now Ray McHale, 5 goals this season, 3 of them from the penalty spot, and now with a chance, which he's taken to put Swindon into the lead. Ray McHale puts Swindon ahead for Swindon. Hoddle with a long throw towards Armstrong, but Tucker winning it in the air. Williams helping it on its way. Hoddle again, curling it in. Pratt's up in there this time, but Kenny Stroud got that one away for Swindon. And now Armstrong again, and that's there, 1-1. Swindon's resolve let them down right at the end. Taylor with the cross. Armstrong! He's hit the post and it's in! Well, they've scored a goal that could well win the game now. Jerry Armstrong. 2 goals in a little over 4 minutes. And Spurs...
Batson. Onside, it's Regis. Robson is in the centre, and Regis scores for Albion. A very good piece of finishing, bearing in mind the angle he came in at. But the move was initiated by Brendan Batson, who so far has been the man of the match. Robson looks for Moses. He beats Steve Daly. He's got 2 to pull it back to. Oh, missed. Barnes against his old club. Two 2-0 to Albion, and what a tragedy in the City defence. And 5 Albion players are left stranded upfield as Henry breaks for City. Power. Robinson comes in for the header, gets a flick on. Here's Lee. Oh, well taken! What a fine goal by Stuart Lee, and just the boost to their morale that City needed. Brown, Barnes, Robson. Batson. Brown calling far post, that's where it's gone. Knocked it back in, here's Barnes! And Barnes has made it 3-1! And has scored twice on his old hunting ground.
And the fourth penalty in the matches between these two sides this season. Bobby Smith has got a couple to his credit from the spot coming up. And beautifully in the corner, although the goalkeeper gets correctly.
McElroy's throw for Jordan. Steve Powell has a look forward. There's nobody forward for Derby. Biley is breaking from inside his own half. Chased by Houston. Checks against him. A little touch in. Gets there. Beautiful. Barry Powell has scored his first goal since he came here from Coventry. And he's put Derby in the lead 1-0. And a break immediately for United. That long punt out from Bailey picks up Jordan to the line. And the header inside and out, and Thomas will finish it up. No, he won't. McElroy again. But the goal's been given. The goal has been given from Sammy McElroy's header. Well, they're congratulating Mickey Thomas. Davis, robbed by Grimes. Nicol, Koppel, Grimes. And there goes McElroy, and this is dangerous. Jordan coming in on the far post. And that will be a goal for McElroy. It's 2-1 Manchester United. That one break by McElroy has settled this match. Those are the travelling United supporters. There's about 8,000 of them here this afternoon. Mickey Thomas hoiks that in the air. Koppel is after it. Koppel past Langan, looking for the cross. Oh, own goal! Oh, that is a total tragedy. Well, that is unbelievable tragedy. Barry Powell.
But there could well be trouble for Luton here, because it's a free kick with Stubbs and Blockley coming up, with Christie starting a run towards the near post, over Christie's head, and put it. Well, Christie looks as if he was going to get hold of that one. Christie, it wasn't the one who scored it. Moss the kick, a tricky one. A brilliant header. Saxby the scorer. A pinpoint cross from Moss, the very same spot from which Masson put his over. It wasn't White who got it, it was Saxby. Well, Luton throwing everything into this to try and rescue this miserable home form. Price turning it up for West. Tricky one here. Hatton. Brilliant! Bob Hatton's done it. 2-1. The tide has suddenly turned in favour of Luton Town.
Away and Overson up in the penalty area as the corner is taken. James in low with the left foot. And a lot of bodies in there, and Burke scores! Greenaway trying another one. Maybank the header. Tony Gale the shot. Tony Gale scores. Maybank. Burke. James dummied the shot and makes the goal. That was really beautifully done.
Getting that all wrong. Might have made something here for Curran. Just Walker to beat. If he hesitates, takes the time that he needs. 2-0. Smith and Walker play cat and mouse against each other. Which side will it go?
Same side, more firmly struck. And Mark Smith really is establishing a reputation as a superb penalty taker.
Delay over clearing the cross, but it's Cherry with the throw for England. Thompson. It was nicely done by Keegan. This is McDermott. Cunningham and Johnson. Keegan! Kevin Keegan, the goal scorer. Keegan went for the chip. Oh! Brilliant goal! Marvellous piece of vision and finishing by the European Footballer of the Year. And that's why he's the most highly rated player in Europe.
Justin Fashanu taking a position at the far edge of the 6-yard box from the kicker. Dermot, the player on the near post. Got the back at that time. There's Peters! So easy. And Ray Clements beaten before he had a chance to touch the ball. Ryan, Fashanu, McDermott. Fairclough wide to the right. That's nice into Sammy Lee. He returns the compliment well. Chance here for Fairclough. And it's in. And the two players brought into the side this afternoon for Liverpool combined to get the equaliser. Sammy Lee. Hansen has taken over. Oh, he saw the gap too beautifully. So a lovely dummy. And Fairclough puts it in. Marvellous goal from David Fairclough. Second goal of the match, his second league goal of the season. But this is the man who deserves the greater part of the credit. His eyes summing up what he feels about it as he's now joined by the scorer. A really lovely run. That's a good ball. Round the bond. Fashanu and Hansen. Mendham. Padden. Reeves! All in the air until it came down to the foot of Reeves. 2-2. Neil. That's nicely back by Ray Kennedy to Dalglish. McDermott far post, Fairclough taking the same ground, now coming near and scores! And it's a hat-trick for David Fairclough. And some good running off the ball. And Dalglish had two options open to him. Fairclough and McDermott were for a moment running to the same area. Downs. Case in his defensive role. Ryan, Fashanu. Oh, what a goal! Oh, that's a magnificent goal! Didn't seem to be the room between Ray Clements' hand and the post. And John Bond still wants to make a defensive point at cover as the crowd applauds. Surely one of the best goals I've seen at Carrow Road this season. Case. Dalglish in the box in the middle. Here is McDermott. And there's Dalglish! McDermott found by Neil. And the cross. Play on. Here's Dalglish. Here's Case. And Kevin Bond away. And Case allowed to go on and scores. Good decision by the referee, allowing him to continue.
Here's Mellor. McHale. Oh, got caught though, 2 against 1. Johnson for Sheffield Wednesday. Good effort. Oh, and Jeff Johnson has put Sheffield Wednesday in front with a fine shot. So Ray McHale has the chance to put his side level. And takes it conclusively. And McHale will be particularly pleased about that, because he was the man, in a sense, who gave away the first goal for Wednesday. And now Mellor tries to put Curran away. Now, has he got the pace against McHale? He has. Can he beat Stroud? Taylor's in the centre. Still Curran all the way himself. Great run, and Taylor! And Wednesday are back in front. And Kevin Taylor has got the goal, his second of the week. He's fallen on the floor in delight. But it was made possible by Terry Curran, who really is having a quite outstanding season.
Allen. Rhoda. Goddard's up through the middle. Here's Allen again. Onto the left foot, and deflected, and into the net! But it's Devonshire now, to Pike. Played in again there towards Brooking, and Pearson! 1-1. Cross guiding a nice little header there for Paul Allen. Devonshire played on first time and accurately there for David Cross. Played into the middle there, and it's an own goal! Bob Hazel's own goal. And West Ham are in the lead. That's a nice touch there, though, for Steve Wicks, putting his arm round the unhappy Bob Hazel. He's just been booked.
February the 9th, 1980 was a memorable day for Melleaves and for Wolves. They haven't won at Old Trafford since.
Again, the big man at the back coming up for Southampton. Watson! Well, in the end it all looked very easy, didn't it? It's now Dave Watson for Southampton, to Shannon with Hebbard alongside, and Hebbard's on the run. But he's been driven very wide by the way that ball ran. And if he can get it back now, I think Brighton are in fact back in numbers. But Boyer's there, chance here. Well, a tragedy for Brighton. Mick Shannon, the familiar windmilling of the arms. Sotheby to Williams. But again, like so many other Brighton raids, it looks as if it's really building to nothing. And yet again, it's Southampton who come away through Ivan Golak. He's got Boyer alongside. It's gone all the way, and it's in there anyway. What a great move from Southampton. Lawrenson just on the edge of the 6-yard box. Lawrenson, and it's in there from Peter Ward. Ward got the final touch. Southampton pushing up, trying to spring the offside trap. Horton and Alan Ball, or rather Graham Baker, putting it to Alan Ball. Phil Boyer, it's 1 against 2, but he's got Holmes. Holmes on the run. A great goal from Nick Holmes. And that surely must seal it up. A look of delight on Nick Holmes' face. Little Alan Ball bubbling away still, loving every moment of this match. Phil Boyer nearly turning Hebbard. Oh, what a cracking goal from Hebbard. Hebbard finally does it.
But John Weil coming up on the near post now. John Weil got the touch, and Regis gets the goal, and it comes. It's 1-0 Albion, and on his 22nd birthday, Cyril Regis knocks in his 7th goal of the season. Now it's Yorath. Bia down, Ardiles, Hoddle. Hoddle sizing himself for the shot. Oh, what a goal! Oh, that was a beaut. Equaliser of incredible brilliance. So yet another corner, which Owen will take. Knocked up by Holt. Robson. And the goal from Regis. Yes, 2-1. Cyril Regis. Oh, this is a birthday and a half for Cyril Regis.
Here's Crawford. And finding Walker, who's directed it into the corner. The quarter now gone, and Phil Walker takes the bow. Here's Walker, who's given Chesterfield good service this afternoon, and a miscue that lets in Moss, and that's one nearer the record. Came all the way through to Walker. Now Salmons, and lining it up on the left foot, and it's 3-0.
With a free corner kick this time, turned down by Ruff, and coming in, it's a goal. McLeod, who missed the penalty, breaks the deadlock with a goal. Murdo McLeod does it, 15 minutes of time, and what a cracking shot it was. Listen through to Park. Getting it in the box, the chance for Melrose, and a goal! Unbelievable! Melrose makes it 1-1. Absolutely incredible. A minute of injury time. Thistle can't believe it. Celtic are stunned, and it's 1-1. 91 minutes on the clock. Latchford says, I don't believe it. That's a penalty, and Robertson is going to take it again. Scored against Clements 2 years ago in the League Cup final replay. Scores again now. Thompson to Neil. Neil. And now here's Faircroft through. 1-1. But is there time for it to matter?
Ross drove it, and a touch there, and has that got in? It has. Nixon. Latchford. Nicely done, Nixon. Eastoe! Gareth Davis. Edwards climbing. Vinter's there! And Vinter scores for Wrexham. Ross. Still Ross. Oh, penalty. Dixie McNeil of all people has brought him down. And it's a penalty to Everton. And the chance to make it 3-1. Well, whether there would have been any danger or not, it's hard to say. But Ross, who wasn't actually going to score at that moment, might do so now. Jerry Jones. Oh, Everton shut them down well there. That's Nixon. What a good ball. Eastoe. Oh, Latchford's in here. Good stop. Latchford again. It's there. McBride. And here's Bailey. Fox is with him, but it's still Bailey. Good header away by Kenworthy. Oh, this clearance by Darracott blocked his Latchford. They both left it for each other. McBride. Oh, Eastoe was on the end of it. That's Eastoe's second. Taken by Darracott. In they go. Oh, has been put away at the far post, and this fellow Winter has caused them so many problems.
Now here's Poskett. Headed off the line, headed in. Well, that chance virtually came out of nothing. Poskett with the header, he's celebrating. And Watford now just minutes away from the 6th round. Blissett trying to set up Poskett, a real chance, and 2-0. Malcolm Poskett with his 3rd goal, 3 minutes from full time, makes, I would think, absolutely sure that Watford will be going into the last 8 of the FA Cup. It was on only for literally seconds, and with Wolves reduced to 10 men, Watford have scored twice. That's a dangerous one from Berry. 2 men approaching Blissett, 3-0. Well, that was a pretty dreadful mistake.
Birmingham, là, il s'agit d'un match de Coupe d'Angleterre avec un premier but marqué de la tête par Glenn Hoddle pour Tottenham. Ce sera son jour de gloire après une égalisation pour Birmingham signée Burton. Plus de peur que de mal pour le gardien de but de Tottenham qui possédait dans ses rangs un Glenn Hoddle en pleine possession de ses moyens. Débordement du petit Ardiles et penalty contre l'un des meilleurs Argentins de la dernière Coupe du Monde. Penalty qui va être tiré par Hoddle. Sans problème, 2-1. Mais le dernier but, marqué par ce Hoddle, sera le plus joli des 3, dans une ambiance extraordinaire, l'ambiance du stade des Spurs de Tottenham, White Hart Lane, dans la banlieue londonienne. On fait courir le ballon, on cherche la faille.
Hoddle letting it run there, taking it back from Armstrong. A beautiful move! Oh, a magnificent goal! Hoddle!
Tyson beats his man beautifully. It was Oakes. Tyson's cross. It's Burley, and Ipswich are level. Tyson forward. Burley's still going. He's got it. Gates is here. Gates still with it. Brazilian walk. 2-1.
Bristol City must be careful about Gordon McQueen coming up for corners. He's scored 7 goals this season for Manchester United. And as Ashley Grimes attempts to bend this ball in, McQueen has gone right onto the goal line. Flicked on as well, and in came Joe Jordan at the back. And Jordan makes it 1-0. And McQueen congratulates him. McElroy saw that well and seized it well. Hopple. Well, his momentum took him on there, really. Macari's in the centre. Oh, McElroy! The easiest goal McElroy will ever score, and Lou Macari should get even more of the credit than him. Jordan coming in. What a tangle. Oh, it's Merrick and own goal! Jeff Merrick put the ball in his own net. What a tragedy for Bristol City. Ball isn't really running terribly true at times on this surface. It's wobbled several times as the player was about to make contact. Jordan causing problems again. Here's McElroy. Wilkins has made a run through the centre. Grimes, Macari near post, Jordan! They're appealing for offside, but the goal has been given, and Joe Jordan gets his second. And you can't ignore little Lou Macari. He when the ball is in the air.
And Easter running it down, and it's in the back of the net for the goal, and Peter Eastbo.
Wicks had arrived late, but that was just a decoy run. Ball anyway headed away by Blackley. Now it's Houston, stopped. Hazel, Rhoda. What a beauty!
So Roger Hansbury tested against Hibbett. Comfortably in. Kenny Hibbett gives Wolves the lead. Parking the fullback there. Dangerous cross over Gray's head, but Richards can still have it. Quickly onto that one. And now Daniel didn't hit it right at all, but still they can't get it clear. And a chance now for Mellives. How did that fall to a Wolves player?
Totally disgusted with them all. They picked me up to the heights against Liverpool and dropped me to the depths against Wolves today. I can't believe them. I am totally disenchanted and disgusted with most of them. I mean, there's one or two who are doing a bit. I don't want anybody to feel sorry for me, make the way maybe they did against Liverpool, but in fairness, you need a little bit of help in this game as a manager, and I ain't getting an ounce of it.
Here's Hibbett and here's Richards.
That's three.
Richards has popped it in for the third, I'm afraid, John. Which I suppose just emphasises the point you're making, that everything is going their way at the moment. And Hibbett again, Hansbury again. Well, last time it was to Hansbury's right. Exactly the same spot. 4-0. Kenny Hibbett is second.
Now, Ainscough to deliver. John Roberts down. Again, Ainscough. Wrexham all over the place. Nice try. Virgin. And that was a beautiful goal by Dillon back at the side. Oh, we're in added time now. Darricott losing. Evans. Ainscough. See if we can finish with a flourish. Lost the ball, yes! Tony Evans! Tony Evans finishes it all.
Active! Win! Raises his arms in triumph.
Cloud check, so Dundee start again. Mackie. Green dummying it, whether intentionally or not. Still get back with the challenge. Aitken running into a little bit of trouble. Sinclair, Fleming, oh, Latchford got it, but Murphy's there. That's it, Dundee ahead. Jim Murphy, after 14 minutes, puts Dundee into a shock lead. And this is a dangerous position. Provan. McDonald is at the far side of the box, waiting to make a run. Fleming sticking close to him. Aitken's in the middle. There's McDonald trying to get away. Oh, and it's in! George McCluskey. Minutes. George McCluskey equalises. Celtic beginning to exert concerted pressure. Lennox. Oh, there it is! Murdo McLeod. 2 goals inside 90 seconds. Murdo McLeod knocks that one through. His 9th goal of the season for Celtic. Oh, Sinclair. Aitken got back, but that's an own goal. An own goal by Roy Aitken. An incredible equaliser for Dundee. 37 minutes in the second half, and Roy Aitken really angry with himself as Dundee snatch an equaliser out of nothing.
Russell again, Jardine moving forward. To check back for that one up. Stevens. It's an intelligent ball there. Russell in good position for a 1-2. Russell could score with a chip. And he does. Beautiful chip. Bobby Russell scores. Beautiful move. Smith. Miller back to Holmes, running into trouble though. This is McDonald. Sending Holmes the wrong way and getting it in nicely. Johnston. Down to Smith. Smith should score, and he does. 2-0. McDonald, Johnston, Smith. 2-0, 6 minutes from half-time. Tommy coming wide with Stevens. Back to Brown. Easily headed away by Dawson. Put forward by Miller. Thompson trying to knock it down to Hutchison, who should score, and he does. Thompson to Hutchison and a goal. Roddy Hutchison on the stroke of half-time. Pumps it wide of McCry to bring Morton back into the game on the stroke of half-time. Hooked across field, Tommy coming in, but Forsyth judged it beautifully. Dawson running a long way downfield unchallenged. Johnson looking for a back healer there. Oh, and beautifully out to McDonald, who will score. Oh, that's a lovely goal. That's a beautiful goal. Minute and a half of injury time. McDonald makes it 3-1. That was a smashing goal.
Hibbard. There's Dean. Monaghan to the right, Regis to the left. There goes Regis. It's a good ball from Dean to Regis. And Regis finishes in good Regis style. That came just a minute before half-time, and Cyril Regis scores the kind of goal on the break that's always likely when a team have been defending as well as Albion have and suddenly get the chance to move out. In goes Golak. Here's George again. Hibbard. Golak running on. Really well played by him. Here's Shannon. Baker! Oh, it flew in! Graham Baker does the job. And Southampton equalise.
Lyons, oh dear, the foot was a bit high. Neil to chase for Dalglish. And Wood in some difficulty. Here's Johnson. And Johnson puts it right cleanly in the corner. That's his third goal in derby matches. Puts his personal record at 2 for Liverpool and 1 for Everton. And in this fixture, puts Liverpool into the lead. Takes the acclaim from his supporters. Phil Neal, and Liverpool have a 2-0 lead. Andy King. Three forward. There's McBride. There's Eastoe, and that's it. So the substitute scores, and the lead scores for the second week running.
Bronson. Langley, bit of space here for him.
And now Walker. This could be the moment. And Walker has scored!
So here's Sloan, the fair-haired one, taking Ray Wilkins' place in midfield. It's his first full game. Had a good ball forward, and Brazil's in a position he's not offside. Brazil scores! And Manchester United's marking let them down, and Brazil tucks one past Gary Bailey. Deep for Paul Mariner. Paul Mariner gets there. Brazil is onto that one. Mariner. It's in. Forward for Tyson. Burley's so free on that right-hand side. Jordan comes over the cover now, and here's Gates in here. And the referee's in the way of Buchan.
And Bailey in trouble here as Mariner puts it in. Mariner makes it 3 after only 27 minutes. But I think the referee played a part in that one unwittingly. Jordan with Osman there waiting to pick it up. Straight to Gates. Tyson, the space there is still huge and inviting. Mariner. And here comes Brazil. Gary Bailey totally exposed again, not his fault. But Alan Brazil makes it 4-0. Muren losing Sloan, finding Brazil. And can this one fall to Mariner? No. It might well fall to Tyson though. He's got it. Tyson now. Tyson again. What a disaster again in that Manchester United penalty area. Koppel has it and he gives it away. Gates is in there. The chance for number 6. There's 2 players in support. Mariner has done it. It's a hat-trick. It's 6. Oh, Gates cashed in on the error.
Rostron taking them on for pace and beating them. Poskett, Blissett, and it's an own goal by David Barton. A disaster for him, a disaster for Newcastle. But really, they've only themselves to blame for the way they opened up for Watford then. And unfortunately for them, it's not really on a solid enough foundation. Trained with the corner. The tall man does it then.
Again pushing defenders forward, but they buried it slightly this time. David Moore has gone on to the far post. Wigginton has stayed back. Coming poised just to the right of the picture to make a run. Walters curves it in. By Drinkle. Kevin Drinkle's touch just taking it over the line. The referee checked with the linesman.
Hope taking up good position, but Barr was there. Addison back. Oh, there it is. Paul Sturrock. Referee saying 10 yards. They're shielding their eyes as that comes out in the sun. Murphy. Shearer. And he's gone in. It's over the line. Yes. Jim Shearer is not wise.
Bowles. Trying a 1-2 with Lloyd, but the big lad wasn't agile enough to get on the end of it. Pelka. And a chase here as Telecki comes racing in against Gunn. That looks useful. It's Riediger. There's a goal. That is disaster. Total disaster for Nottingham Forest. Hans-Jürgen Riediger.
Now McLeod, space on the far side. Snedden forward as the extra man. Cuts infield, turns it in left-footed. Keeper drops it. It's going to be a goal. McCluskey scores. Keeper's mistake. Made by Snedden, scored by McCluskey. Celtic lead 1-0, and that is much more like it. Over being held, but referee waving play on. Oh, that was aimed for Snedden, but straight to Cunningham. Good recovery by Provan, did well. This is McLeod, Snedden on the right. I don't think McLeod sees him. Yes, he does. Snedden floating it across, in comes Doyle with a header. Oh, it's a goal! It's a goal! Johnny Doyle scores! Again made by Snedden. Oh, what a goal. What a beautiful goal, Johnny.
Two of the most successful cup teams of the 80s met in the 6th round that season.
Ardiles. Oh dear, McDermott. What a strike! Oh! McDermott has done it again!
And the man who's got to put it there for West Ham is Ray Stewart. I tell you, Jeff Fike's not looking for one. And neither is Alvin Martin, neither is Paul Brush. So we have some of the West Ham players not looking. It's Ray Stewart, and he scored!
Gidman taking the throw to Kidd and back again. And then Gidman crossing, and that's found Latchford, and it's a goal! Bob Latchford keeps his record going in this season's FA Cup. A goal in every round so far. King for Kidd. It's good enough. Cooper was worried about that ball all the time, and he was dead right. Tyson's free kick, headed at the near post, and then Beattie gets one back. Now then, a minute and a half left. Is it enough?
Willie Gibson. Oh, neat turning there. Fraser. Oh, that's an own goal. For side. Hearts have gone one up after a couple of minutes in the most dramatic circumstances. Oh, neatly laid away by Cooper. Russell looking for the shot. There's Jardine. Cooper. That's a shot in his net. 1 inch, 24 and a half minutes of the first half gone. So 37 minutes of the first half gone. Jardine to take the penalty. 2-1. Taken. Oh, there's Russell. Oh. Yes, beautifully taken. 3-1. Almost 7 minutes of the second half gone. Dawson to Russell. Must be this time McDonald. Great save. That's it. McDonald following up, puts it in. Easily taken away by Rangers, who totally dominated Hearts in the second half in particular. Trying to find Jardine and does. The play, reverse run. Good looking cross again, McDonald. John McDonald, second goal. Only a minute and a half of the game left. 5-1. Here's McDonald. Cooper, great run, great play. Dawson. Just touched away. Here's Smith trying to go in. McLean shifting it over. It's Shaw. Johnston, yes. An almost crazy mix-up, but that makes it 6-1.
Looking for Kilmore. The Waters have made a great run in the centre. Still Kilmore. Oh, and Waters is there, and he couldn't make it, and here comes Mitchell, and he couldn't either, and it's still free on the far side, and Kilmore puts it in for Grimsby. And really, a goal scored by Kilmore, but Waters could so easily have had it first. The referee's given a free kick against Seasman, which is quickly taken, and here's David Moore. Drinkle's in here. Well, what a piece of finishing. To Grimsby.
Clive Whitehead switched from left back for midweek for the Arsenal match and stays now at centre back. Now Terry McDermott. Oh, didn't he find Dalglish so well? That was 40 yards, that ball. Johnson played back to Ray Kennedy. Brilliant! Fitzpatrick. Slotted through to Royal. James had found Royal well, but it's all broken down. Now Case on for number 7, Dalglish. And that's the second. The defence totally split. Jimmy Case made the pass. And Kenny Dalglish produced the finish. And in that sort of position, Liverpool are clinical and really devastating. What to do now is the problem. Oh, was given away. Ritchie going in circles. Sweeney. Royals there, and they beat Clements Mabbott. 2-1. And it was Royals' power in the air that paid off then. Souness. Johnson wide on the left-hand touchline. Onside. Kennedy's gone into the middle. There's Kennedy. Here's Dalglish. Puts it beyond recall. And Bristol City played for their own attacking end.
Taken by Lloyd. David Needham with the flick on. Francis! Has he got it in? He has! Well, well, well. The goal that Forest needed, wanted and were desperate for. And Francis, the man around whom there's been so much discussion, puts the ball in the net from Needham's flick on. And Forest are level on aggregate, and this tie has opened up again. John McGovern. O'Neill. This is the close football that Forest can be very good at on the edge of the penalty area. Still O'Neill. Francis turning. Oh, he's got another one. No, it hit the bar, and it's play on, is it? Or has the referee given the goal? The Germans think it's a case of playing on. The referee has gone back to the centre, and Francis's arms raised, and the goal, will it be given? He's looking at his linesman, and a goal has been given, it would appear. The Germans tried to play on, but I'm sure the ball was in the roof of the net, and Francis gets another one. And Forest are now in front. And the interesting thing now is that Trevor Francis has walked forward to have a quick discussion, but Robertson is the penalty taker, and I'm sure he'll take it. He missed his last one in a European match in Barcelona in the Super Cup, but he scored unerringly twice past Ray Clements in the League Cup semi-final, and now he could surely put this European tie almost without question beyond doubt. John Robertson. And he seems to have done so. It's 3-0. And Forest here have almost gone into dreamland. Who would have thought that in the first half they would be 3 goals up? 5 minutes into the second half. Chaletsky is the dead ball expert, the captain of number 7. He will take the kick against Shilton. And scores. And the stadium comes to life. And it's remarkable that all but one of the goals scored against Nottingham Forest in away legs in the European Cup have been scored from the penalty spot.
Oh, quickly in. Ransom. The ricochet came to Jordan. McElroy. Reid couldn't get across fast enough. Albiston. It was Koppel and Thomas. And it's over the goalkeeper's head with a ricochet. And in the opening minute, Thomas puts Manchester United ahead. The goal they needed, the goal they've been seeking
last 4 matches, it may well have been touched on the way past Corrigan. It seemed to float over his head, but I think Thomas will be given the credit for the goal.
This is Steve Burke, the outside left. Early ball in for Goddard. What a start for Rangers. That's Goddard's 15th goal of the season, and it was so simply made. Hatton. Good interception by Gillard. Oh, well played. Burke has got Allen and Goddard waiting in the centre. Burke's cross. Allen got a touch on it. Goddard. And Goddard gets his second.
Britton with the corner. Now Rofe playing it again for Ian Britton. This could be interesting. And it's in the net! And Ian Britton has put Chelsea into the lead. Now Mariner. There's Mills. Mills still going, the chip forward for Brazil. Little back spin on it to kill it. Oh, that looks useful. Yes, it's John Walker who scored. Oh, that was so simple. All starting with that lovely little pass from Mick Mills. 15 minutes gone. Ormsby knocks that in. McNaughton got a touch. Bullivant back to Cowans. And a shot, a great goal. Oh, what a goal from Morley. Out of nothing. Tony Morley, the equaliser. 1-1. 28 minutes gone. Wow. That was as fierce a shot as you're likely to see all season.
Alan Kennedy. Porter is injured. And Hansen has scored!
Armstrong, good skill. Still with Armstrong. Hodgson now, a charge. Oh, that's a beautifully taken goal by David Hodgson. Middlesbrough take the lead. 7 minutes gone.
Saura to Uria. Saura from Valencia. And now here come England again with Woodcock on his own and all the way through, faced only by the keeper. And it's there! They missed it on the line and Woodcock has scored. Akbiaga. Fair cross there. Good jump by Phil Thompson and plenty of support there for the knockdown. Coppell doing the chasing over on that far side for England. Cordelia with him. Still Stevie Coppell. And a little ball played in here for Trevor Francis. Oh, a brilliant goal for England. Francis, the scorer.
Up comes Langan. And there's McFarlane. And it's in. McFarlane and Swindlehurst together. Swindlehurst got the touch just ahead of the skipper. And Paul Cooper is beaten at last. Mills. And Gates. And beautifully put away. What a fine goal. Or to be more accurate, what a fine piece of finishing.
Here's O'Sullivan. Ward. Williams. Good effort. Oh, Gary Williams. 25 yards out, 4 minutes from the end. And have Brighton done the double over Forest now, I wonder?
Quarter of an hour to half-time. Orveston, Thomas. And Jordan with the header! 1-0 to Manchester United. A thundering header by Jordan. Well, that's little expression there says it all. Thomas. Orveston. Thomas. And let fly is he? What a goal! Mickey Thomas, 2-0. Well, you had a beautiful view of that.
Buckley going against Slough. This ball in, and a beautiful goal then for Mark Rees. Oh, he took that one so casually. Mark Rees, 1-0 Walsall. 25 minutes of the game gone. Ball off to Ginn. Macken covering. Waddington. Kellett wins it back. Now it's Ginn for Peterborough. Lambert. That curling ball. And the shot from Robson. Now Kellett. That's a beautiful equaliser. It was on the cards, and Billy Kellett does it again. Kellett joining in. Robson. Lambert, the man lurking in the penalty area, comes out to look for this ball, and Ginn into the box. Oh, good goal, Mickey Ginn. Nothing wrong with that. And Peterborough supporters behind that goal go absolutely wild. Their side in front. 19 minutes of the second half gone. Kellett is going to try one, and that took a deflection and goes straight in. Oh, what a goal. 3-1. Peterborough, 22 minutes. What a shocker. Billy Kellett's second goal of the game. Peterborough fans can't believe it. Nice little touch for Macken. Running up a blind alley there. Caswell trying to get there. The ball comes down to Buckley. And Penn will score. Yes, he has. 3-2. Gone Penn. So, 34 minutes gone.
And lost by Clement. Palmer. Daly's got away. Palmer calling for it back. Bad clearance out. Powers still waiting. Powers cross. Jewett. And a goal from Jewett. Dennis Jewett celebrates his return to Main Road with his first goal in his second. Nicky Reid again. And here's Jewett for his second of the game. Marking all went wrong, and it was simply a matter of whether Jewett could control it and turn it in. And turn it in he did. Cantello. It's an easy header out for Caton. Peter Reid will try and set something going again for Bolton. Novak, and Reid had gone to support him, and that made the gap for Novak. Carter. Carter very confident and very clever on the ball. Good cross. What a beautiful goal that was from Watmore. And how much of the credit goes to Carter. So, a minute and a half over the 45. A chance for Bolton Wanderers to salvage a point. Peter Reid, 2-2. Reid gets the goal. The Bolton fans are on their feet.
Stevens battles in there, but it's Jacob. Gets away from Grealish beautifully. Stevens is back, holds that one off as well. Back to Robertson. Smith, good run by Smith. Pulls it back to Hamilton. It's put in the back of the net, and Burnley have scored. Well, that was a superb movement. Brian Steen being held back clearly by Overson. Getting through here. Past Brennan. Must be an opening now for Bob Hatton. And the equaliser halfway through this second half for Bob Hatton. But what a brilliant run by Brian Steen.
Kennedy. That's a good ball. It's a great goal. Archibald. 1-0. Looking at a 50-50 ball with Cian Fag nearer the Aberdeen goal than Miller was. Smith. Oh, a penalty's been given.
Dawson. Great run by Dawson. Here's McDonald with a chance, he scored. For Rangers. 15 minutes of the second half gone. Kennedy. Wants a good ball, Jarvie. He must score. He's done it, the equaliser.
Wolverhampton, en maillot jaune, accueillait Tottenham, derby londonien. Là, le titre n'était pas en jeu, mais un bien joli but réussi par Jones pour Tottenham dès la 10e minute. Par un beau temps ensoleillé, Galvin doublait la mise, presque le même but, toujours pour Tottenham. En deuxième mi-temps, les oranges et noirs sauvaient l'honneur par Richards, mais les Wolves ont été battus sur leur terrain.
Bale's taken a position on the far right. There's one dummy run. The marking going on there. And it's Butlin who hits it against the post, and McQuaid who puts it in. Curran. This time it's Cutbush at his back. And Sabella. Oh, he's got away from them. Oh, and he does so well! He had three men around him, and he just came round in a wide arc, and no wonder he falls to his knees to take the applause of the Wednesday supporters.
Rhoda, here's Dillon, trying a pot from a long way out and scores! Took everybody by surprise there. But here come Rangers with one last thing. Allen trying to get Burke on his way. Now, can Burke make it 1-1 right at the end? He can! An amazing finish! 1-1. Well, who would have bet on that? A goal says the scoreboard, and Rangers have picked something out of nothing. There's corner then for Leicester. Edmonds. Barota, May gets in there, and it looked to me as though Barota was nudged out of the way. He's standing there thunderstruck, but Larry May has got the goal.
Kennedy, Dalglish and McQueen again, and McQueen has slipped, and Dalglish has a clear run at goal, and he scored! Once Gordon McQueen had slipped, the rest was formality. Popple, and Alan Kennedy is in trouble. In comes Thomas. Clements has got the ball. No! Thomas has hooked it in. Well, the goal stemming from a very similar circumstance to Liverpool's opening goal, with a defender suddenly dropping out. Wilkins to take Manchester United's corner. McQueen lurking just in the semicircle at the edge of the area there. Clement stays on the line, and the header has gone in from Jordan. 2-1 to Manchester United.
Waters and Brolly over the ball. Ford in the background. Touch for Mike Brolly. He puts it into the back of the net. Well, it was a simple enough free kick, and it worked so well for Grimsby Town. Mike Brolly's goal.
Back to Muren. Walk getting in there, but it's away by Robson. And Taylor battling hard here. Forcing them back, but not too far back. Mariner. Jones onto him, having a kick at him, but here now is Arnold Muir in a great position for Ipswich. And there's Walk. Lovely run by Arnold Muir and a perfect cross to John Walk. And Walk has had problems from the spot, indeed so have a few Ipswich players. The last 5 they've missed. He usually puts them to the right, and Hansbury must know this. Peters has just told him. He nearly got there. He put it to the right as expected. Jones getting that one out. Bond back to Peters, and they're beginning to look a little bit sharper in midfield, but they're trailing by the 2 goals, of course. It's a devil of a margin to pick up. Now Robson in a great position. And there it is, or should be, from Kevin Bond. Good work by Keith Robson. 4 many of those with 5 minutes left. Padden forward, but it'll be picked up by Murin. And now Brazil with Hoadley. Brazil on the left foot too. There's Mariner. And that wraps it up. And so does Hansbury. And he chose the other side and does it well. Well, sympathy for Hansbury. Into the 3rd minute of injury time now as Clive Woods does some dodging and weaving, and Bond chips one forward. In goes Robson. That's a goal. Keith Robson bravely going in there, and Bond putting one into his path. And
in 1980, a rare derby result at Roker, the game was goalless until the smallest man on the field scored as Sunderland marched towards the First Division.
Blocked again, Whitworth. He's missed it! And Cummins has got it! Stan Cummins scores for Sunderland and breaks the deadlock.
McDonald. He's gone round him well. Jarvie's there with a chance. Oh, a great goal by Jarvie. This is where Aberdeen have looked a bit vulnerable for a high ball floating and curling in like this. Well, that's a goal. Doyle, the equaliser. Here's Jarvie. What's a great run, Scanlon. Oh, that was almost a clearance by Archibald. And that's a goal, McGee.
Good Kroll organising the cover. They've lost it that time, and it's turned in by Francis. It was lost in the crowd on the near post, and Trevor Francis once again is the man on the spot for Nottingham Forest. And so John Robertson, who scored 13 times from the spot this season, scored in Berlin, has the chance to give Nottingham Forest a 2-0 lead over Ajax of Amsterdam. And he does so easily. What a fortuitous goal, which produces the ticker tape. Fortuitous in terms of the ease of the penalty.
Young, che aveva rinviato all'indietro, è stato steso in piena area di rigore, nessuna esitazione da parte di Corver, e calcio di rigore. E alla esecuzione è Cabrini, che si fa parare, però poi segna Cabrini, dopo essersi fatto ribattere il primo tiro da Jennings, ha recuperato il pallone e ha segnato. Entra in campo al suo posto il giocatore Vessen con il numero 13. Ecco la punizione. Palla nei pressi dell'area di Goff ed è stato Stapleton a metterla dentro dopo il primo colpo di testa. Dopo il primo colpo di testa di Young è stato Stapleton a toccare in gol da distanza ravvicinata. Siamo al 40esimo, 1-1.
So Kidd against Parks. And Everton are in the lead. Brian Kidd the scorer, and it went right in the middle of the goal. Minutes to go. West Ham a goal down, but still coming forward, and don't forget, they're playing against 10 men. Brooking is in space here. Pearson in the centre. Pearson's coming in. It's there. Pearson near post. A goal superbly made by Brooking, and typically tucked away by the former England centre forward, Stuart Pearson.
And Bailey, the rest of the United players in attacking positions. Jordan way at the back, and it got a good flick on, and was finally turned in by Ritchie after it seemed that Danes had saved from McElroy. Perriman couldn't get there. Ritchie! Oh, it's a beauty! What a lovely strike! Seen one at the Stretford end, and they want to see more. Ritchie, Thomas, delayed to cross his Ritchie, and that's going in, and that's his hat-trick. All around the ground, they're applauding the 19-year-old. Tony Galvin has been replaced by Jerry Armstrong, who's missed the last 3 games. Ardiles takes. Oh! Jordan, Ritchie, stays down, but here's Wilkins, and that's number 4.
Well, the chances of going begging at both ends of the field here. One gets the feeling that one goal could be the clincher in this match. Cooper through the centre. Johnson a turn. Left foot shot and a goal! Derek Johnson breaks the deadlock. 1-0.
Brooking. Again, that so important look up. Devonshire. Pearson. Devonshire is in the gap. Can he put it in? He can! Oh, that's a brilliant goal! That is a marvellous goal! What I said, he looked the most likely. Blanchford, Berardi, Lampard who got it away, but up comes Wright. 7 minutes left. Plenty of Everton players forward. Oh, that's done in superbly by Blanchford. Post, and Bob Latchford goes to the faithful. The substitutes, as Gary Maxson, the ginger hair we saw, Joe McBride leaping in the air, Andy King had been substituted, and Bob Latchford has tied it up again at 1 apiece. Pike, Brooking, cross, and oh, it's gone in by Lampard! Frank Lampard has scored for West Ham! Frank Lampard, who hasn't scored for over a year, puts West Ham back in front.
Price. He's onside. It's Sunderland who's through. It's there. Alan Sunderland. 1-1. What excitement now here for Arsenal. Sunderland beat the offside trap and ran on to score with a perfectly executed lob.
bouncing up quite high. Henry. On for Robinson from Tuart. And Robinson puts it in. Reed took it well on the chest. Put it nicely forward for himself. This is a good one. Is he going to finish it with the shot? But he does, and Dana tucks it in. Dana turns with Al on his face and looks to pick out Nicky Reed. Here's Henry to Dana, to Henry, Tuart in the middle. Here he is, number 10. Oh, yes!
It's Ainsko. Now Dennis likes to go forward. Here's Dillon. Stevens is the full-back on him. Does well to get the cross in. It's a goal. It's there. Birchin does it again against Luton.
Hillary with the free kick. Oh, a little dummy there, and it was Britton who took it, nodded down there, and into the net by Chivers. Well, that'll bring an enormous relief to Stamford Bridge.
Owen. Dalglish and Fairclough in the middle, but that was a header away by O'Leary. Souness. Owen. Dalglish to Kennedy and back again. And Dalglish goes through and scores! Now that has made a different game of it. Stapleton trying to nod it on for Sunderland. And Sunderland turning it back, and there's the equaliser, and that's the danger that's been there all the time. Talbot has got the goal, and it is now 1-1.
He was stretching, but great inventiveness from David Grant, who decided that the other players ahead of him were going to be caught offside. So the miss is incidental. Storton. Jones. Curran having to do McCulloch's job at the moment, but this is more what Terry Curran is all about. Only Millington to beat, and the goal for Taylor. .16 minutes left, and Curran. Taylor tackling back. Here's Mellor. Curran trying to stay onside, and he accomplished it so well in against Millington. Can he put the seal on it for Sheffield Wednesday? And what a moment for Terry Curran. The idol of Hillsborough takes a final bow and enjoys the joke with Millington, who did his best.
Well, Norris getting the bird a little bit here, but it's not easy to work it out of defence against this wind. Moran. McDowell, Peters, and into the path of Ritchie. Good drive, and now it's Jordan. Joe Jordan beats Hansbury. Manchester United take the lead. But at the moment it's United hanging on to that one goal and breaking forward here with the all-action Mickey Thomas. Back for Arthur Ulverston, and there's a chance here, and deflected in by Jordan. And that certainly wraps the game up. Off his knee, but it doesn't matter.
clever from Mike Trusson. He's scored a few lately. That's it! 1-0, and he really doesn't mess about in free kicks. Sims. Oh, that was clever. And that's in. What a lovely goal from John Sims. Not only does Johnson get the corner, but he takes it. Sims. That's in. Scored by Kemp. Very nice too. So, 3-0. Trusson, Sims and Kemp. Trusson takes that corner. That's in. That's number 4. Scored by Kemp. The corner by Trusson. 4-0. And Sheffield United have fallen apart. Rennick. Well, we've had a minute of injury time. Not sure why. There hasn't been one stoppage, a moment of time wasting in the second half, certainly. Jones. Good save, but it's in. Minute of injury time gone. The goal scored by Casey, and that's 4-1.
Cloud head flicking out through to McGarvey. McGeechy going up. Aiken going in. Aiken working a very nice 1-2 and a chance on a glorious goal. Beautiful goal by Aiken. Superbly taken. Shearer, long floater. McDonald doesn't get it. Chance with Ferguson and goal. Beautifully taken by Ferguson. Shout by Miller at the edge of the box. Miller brought down by McGreen. Penalty. Just coming up to the 26th minute, Ian Ferguson has already scored the first goal for Dundee. And he makes it 2-1. Nice flick to Shedler there from Sinclair. Shedler getting it in deep. Ferguson waiting, McGrane knocks it down. Turned back by Mackey. Fleming, it's a goal! It's a goal, Fleming has scored, it's 3-1. Shearer, back to Shedler. Shedler getting it into the box. Ferguson, the shot, it's a goal! Sinclair makes it 4-1. Ball hanging in the wind, knocked forward to Sinclair. Sinclair coming through, rounding Latchford, chips it out in front. It's in the net, it's a goal. The referee is giving a goal. It's 5-1.
And it must have come off Lloyd's head, because Ajax have a corner, and now the pressure is really on Forest. Whacking another corner in there, and it's into the net! It's Lerby!
Strachan takes it. Rugby trying to turn it back. Knocked in by Scanlon. Archibald had a chance and it scores! Archibald scores! McCluskey, nice control, doing well. Tumbled down in a penalty. Brought down by McLeish, who wants to argue about it. McCluskey against Clark. 1-1. Kennedy sensing the offside trap. Strachan, Kennedy's onside. This is danger for Celtic. Kennedy across. What a chance for McGee. And a goal! McGee scores 45 minutes. Conroy losing out to McMaster. Oh, good control by McMaster. Did that beautifully, and a good ball out to Scanlon. McGee, Archibald, Strachan all in the centre. Scanlon checks, right foot, then left foot. There's a cross, aimed for Archibald. Latchford drops it, Strachan scores! Strachan makes it 3-1. Disaster for Peter Latchford.
Tra Manchester United e Coventry, il Manchester United maglia rossa, pantaloncini bianchi, vincendo per 2-1 ha agganciato al comando della classifica il Liverpool, che ha comunque un incontro da recuperare. Vi segnalo che l'Arsenal, fortunato rivale della Juventus in Coppa delle Coppe, ha pareggiato per 1-1. Ecco intanto il Manchester United che per questo fallo su Koppel, nazionale di interesse anche europeo in vista del prossimo campionato d'Europa, viene atterrato in area al quinto minuto di gioco da un difensore del Coventry, ed è il calcio di rigore che verrà trasformato da McIlroy, come vedremo. Ecco l'arbitro che invita a sollecitare le operazioni. Scusate, McIlroy dispone il pallone sul dischetto e trasformerà questo calcio di rigore. Sono alla 41esima giornata in Inghilterra e 58 punti ciascuno per Liverpool e Manchester United. Ripeto però che il Liverpool deve recuperare una partita. Nelle fasi iniziali della ripresa riesce a pareggiare il Coventry con un bel gol di testa del nero Thompson. Eccolo, bello stacco di testa, ha battuto il portiere del Manchester sul traversone dalla destra, ma poi al 24esimo un calcio di punizione concesso per un atterramento di Lumacari proprio davanti all'area di rigore del Coventry, ecco il fallo, permetterà a McIlroy, specialista nei calci piazzati, di realizzare anche il gol decisivo, doppietta quindi di McIlroy con tiri da fermo, prima sul calcio di rigore e poi, come vediamo, con questa bella punizione ad effetto. Ecco, era l'ultima immagine di gol.
Robson on the far post, Hindmarch is on the near. There's Hindmarch, there's Robson! And they worked it well together. There's Brown, Booth at his back, Bolton at his back rather. Robson, Buckley! Elliott! Yes! Oh, so cleanly in the corner. Arnott. Looking for Robson, who got away and scores. Oh, a debate goes on in defence. And I'm afraid that Plot Robson knew a little bit too much then for young Stephen Terry. Elliott, oh, he took it well, he's got Cummins one side, he can go it alone, teasing the goalkeeper, puts it in. Well, we had class from Arnott a few moments ago, and real class from Sean Elliott there to score.
Nicholson looking for Watmore, return coming in for Nicholson, and Cooper does well once more. Neat bit of play between the fullback Nicholson and Watmore, just a touch, but Cooper out quickly. Gates now, it's a good one! The breakthrough at last, the little fella does it.
Smith then, this cross, Robinson was back to help out. Shaw again stops Leicester. Well, here goes Young. Good goal! Wow! That's the first real attack that Leicester have had, and they've scored. And Alan Young, the man who bombed it in. Goal number 15 this season for Young. That's relieved the tension. Byrne will take the corner. O'Neill got the touch, and Smith scores the goal. Oh, yes. 2-0. Tideman leaves it for Hazel to get in there for Walker. Oh, yes, Grit has scored, and it's 2-1. And the importance of that Bobby Smith goal is now very, very apparent. 2-1.
Master hooks it across, it's a good one. Scanlon's there and it's a goal. Scanlon scores, but Master's corner. 25 minutes, Aberdeen 1 up. Well, McGee's brilliant close-in run made the opportunity for the corner. Master taking it, an early one. In comes Archibald, and what a save, and it's a goal! Rugby scores 2-0. McMaster, Archibald, Rugby 2-0.
The referee tonight is Pat Partridge from County Durham. And now it's Arsenal get us away, attacking the goal to our left in those red and white shirts. Liverpool tonight in the change strip of white shirts and black shorts. And the tension, just where will it show itself tonight? Sunderland right through, and a goal! A goal for Arsenal on my watch, 10 seconds. What an amazing start to a semi-final. There can't have been another one like it. Well, Ray Clements absolutely stunned, and no wonder. Bill Thompson playing it forward again. Dalglish getting ahead of there. Kennedy playing it back there. McDermott storming in on this one. Played here for Souness. How much more can anybody stand of this sort of tension? Nodded in again, and he might be there. Dalglish! Right at the last! They're off the Liverpool bench! And Arsenal were just seconds away from Wembley. And now, well, who knows? Kenny Dalglish has scored when the referee had added more than 2 minutes of injury time. Liverpool level at 1-1.
Is at the far post as Arsenal get a corner. Ricks now hitting it straight at McDermott. Price in there, McDermott with the clearance. That's a couple of little touches from Cohen, and both of them have been very good ones. But at the moment it's Pat Rice for Arsenal. Played out nicely here again for Arsenal, but Ray Kennedy that time coming to stop Stapleton, but Stapleton got a second chance. Talbot coming in, and Arsenal are in the lead with Brian Talbot. It was a terrible moment again for Ray Clements, and there was no chance for him as Brian Talbot.
5 players forward for Liverpool. Here's Ray Kennedy, number 5. Neil, Sammy Lee, 3 in the centre. Dalglish. Oh, and Rimmer came. McDermott. Johnson. Oh, what a start. And David Johnson is the scorer. Let's Geddes up. It's going to come to Hurd. And there goes Geddes again. Linton. Oh, it's an own goal by Abby Cohen, is it? It's gone in at the far post. A goal for Aston Villa. Johnson making space. Finding Dalglish. Hung on well there. And here comes Abby Cohen. Oh, I say! At the same end, he's got one back. That's incredible. No wonder the Liverpool players are laughing. Abby Cohen is the scorer. Bremner. Geddes. Dermott. Kennedy with Lee outside him. Souness wants it played in. There he is. Touched off for David Johnson. Oh! That's the championship. And you couldn't have asked for a better goal to make sure of it. Taken by McDermott. Kennedy's coming in here. Oh, it's in! Ray Kennedy at the far post with the header. And poor Noel Blake seemed to collide with Rimmer as the ball went into the net.
Jimmy beating Brian there. The brother screen off. Could be a bit awkward in the wind. Parlane. Flynn. Harris. Graham far post. And turned in by Parlane. And so Kevin Hurd with the opportunity to put Leeds United 2 up and Manchester United out of contention for the championship, whatever is happening at Anfield. Well, his opposite number, Lukic, saved a penalty in the fixture at Old Trafford. But Bailey can't match that. And Leeds United take a 2-0 lead in the 76th minute.
What are they going to come up with? Indirect free kick. Referee with his arm above. And Philly! And it's in there! A deflection. Chelsea in the lead with 5 minutes gone. Mike Fillery has brought a bit of joy and relief to Stamford Bridge. Still pursuing that linesman down the line, but the game's going on with Walker onside. I wonder if he was put off by that fan. And Walker's gone all the way through and has got number 2. And the fan who was there with the linesman is now on the field. That wasn't the one. There's Vicky. Played in again, knocked away, but if the Chelsea players... Oh, and here's Walker, faced just by the goalkeeper. And that is number 3, Clive Walker.
So Lewis with the corner. That's for Moore. Good save and a goal, yes, a goal by Moore. Infield to Campbell. He has Ronson with him and Grapes overlapping, but the ball is a attempted long one to Elliott. Hinnigan. Down the line for Cummins. That's inside to Dunn. A chance, Robson, he scored.
Touch on by Dylan, Gibbons in. And he got the touch, and a very brave header by Bircham. 1-0, Birmingham City. And he's placing the ball carefully. There's the wall. Abramovich dancing in the centre of his goals, and he does try it, and he's there! Yes! Oh! What a beauty! Alan Curbishley. Meanwhile, Notts County break away. There's Hunt. Oh, and that was a great try and a super little goal from Gordon Mayer. Well. Absolutely out of nothing. Ainscow aiming for Birchin. Ball back to Broadhurst. And he has trouble standing up. So Mayer locks that in, and Christie on a break here. 1-on-1. Drives it. Good goal. A super goal for Trevor Christie. 2-2. Notts County again proving. Cut out by Broadhurst. And this time the flag stays down and Birchin advances. Way far side. Gibbons giving him chase. Gemmell. Just to come down to Birchin. A touch off to Dillon. And 3-2 to Birmingham City. Kevin Dillon. And what a good time to get it. Dillon's 8th goal of the season, and that brings... So the corner from Don Masson. Near post Stubbs came across and tapped in. And it's 3-3, and it's Brian Kilcline who has scored the first goal of his life for Notts County.
And it comes loose, and it's a goal by Watson. Kennedy once again. Curling towards Archibald. There's a good touch in. What goes? Sin, yes. Scanlon the scorer. Kennedy. Archibald. Now McGee. Still on it. Great run by McGee. He does, yes. Been far from a classic. But Aberdeen have done exactly everything right from this beautifully inside. Watson. Oh, the bar. Scanlon. Yes! What a marvellous goal to finish this match.
And West Ham can break here with Brooking. Pearson, who made the earlier move. Devonshire. Oh, Devonshire's round the back. Oh, right across, it's free. Driven in. And is it a goal? It is. Brooking. Trevor Brooking.
Robin going to take it. Robin saying to himself, I'd love to make this one really count. Headed away by Dawson, kicked back by Snedden, and headed by for side. McGrain, an astonishing goal by McGrain. Danny McGrain has scored. McGrain hit the ball there, finally deflected off McCluskey.
Thompson. Koppel. 4 players left of him. And Koppel's got a fine cross and a brilliant goal! Scored by David Johnson. I think that's the first time an England player has actually got to the dead ball line. What a superb cross. Koppel finding Johnson. Among the managers watching this match, Enzo Berzot of Italy and Guy Thys of Belgium. Here's Woodcock. Challenged by Gallego. Kennedy. And the goalkeeper got a hand to it, but Johnson had the easiest of tasks to get his second goal. Passarella, who in the World Cup really bombed his penalties, is the man who's going to take it. England have only conceded 1 goal this season. Ray Clements will deny Passarella a second. Oh, but there was no way. For the moment that it was struck, the goalkeeper was static. So Passarella brings the world champions back into contention. Koppel, Keegan! Oh, what a strike! Marvellous play. No wonder they stand up on the bench, on the England side, that is.
That's Armstrong, that's Hamilton. Now can Hamilton get it in?
Change of angle by playing it back to Cherry. And he's worked space for himself well. And there's Lloyd, and Davis had it, lost it, and Barnes, he had the thump, and Mariner got the last touch. Lloyd causing the problems on the near post, but it's Mariner's goal. Here's Brian Flynn. Only Walsh left side of him. And now Walsh moving left of the penalty spot, being watched by Phil Thompson, but here is Walsh, and put in by Mickey Thomas. Well, they were watching Walsh, but they didn't mark him. James. Flynn. James making the run out to the right. Giles in the middle. So is Edwards. And Walsh, and Walsh puts it in. Ian Walsh again moving away from the cover. What a really good goal. Coming on the half hour, again Leighton James, much involved. Waddle. We've had an hour of the match and the Welsh lead by 2-1. And here is Leighton James on the break. Walsh up with him. Giles arriving square, and James gets the shot, the good save, and it's going in! And the Welsh take a 3-1 lead after a spell in which England seemed to be getting on top. There's a greater sharpness in midfield, and England have gone back to the form of the latter part of the first half. Good decision by the referee to allow play to continue. This is Giles, and he's going an own goal by Phil Thompson. Own goal by Phil Thompson, there's no doubt about that. And Ray Clements looks up at his skipper. Armstrong didn't get there, but Cochrane coming in from the far side.
The centre. Oh, support too from Brotherston. Now, can he finish this time? Oh, he has.
McDermott. Good running by Johnson away to the wide open flank there. It's a good ball. It's dangerous. Brooking. It's a goal. Trevor Brooking. The Scottish defence wide open. 1-0 after 8 minutes of the first half. Gamble to take it. Thompson. Way by Koppel. Here's Burnley. That was a hand, surely. Oh. Well, referee waving play on Johnston as Brooking. Look at this on the outside. Koppel, great save. That must be the second one, it is. 2-0. And really, that stemmed from that breakaway on the left.